What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Neighbors Podcast. I am Mitchell, and I am joined with Ray and Enno. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, everyone?
What's going on?
Finally got you in. Ray wouldn't do it by himself. He needed you.
Yeah.
You really wanted to do it by yourself, man?
No, I'd do it. I just, when he initially asked me, I'm like, man, am I supposed to talk for an hour and a half?
He was like,
Do it at lunch all the time for an hour.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
We do it basically every day. We're
Yeah.
ending up talking about the same thing. But it's okay.
not the same thing. Not always.
Not always.
Dude, but I know that some people at Nike have to see Ray and I and think we're fucking psychos. Because we'll sit there and we'll like joke around and we'll die laughing for like 10 minutes, like cry laughing. And then like, like we're in the cafeteria full of like 100 some odd people.
For sure.
And I just know someone's looked at us
And I think we might talk louder than we think we are. Like,
Most
people probably are talking normally. We're like,
oh, it's like our cafeteria.
yeah, it's like yelling.
It's like, we run this place, dude. No, I just like
the shit that we say sometimes is like,
it doesn't seem like Nike say kind of thing.
I don't know. We didn't say Adidas. That's all.
It's okay.
yeah, I don't know. I just say whatever I want. I don't care.
America.
Yeah, it's like I just joke around and say stuff. But there are definitely times where I said something like, "Oh fuck," I said that a little loud.
Definitely.
I like talk about.
Yeah,
Definitely.
he's just gonna agree with you.
Yeah, like well, the conversation isn't that much different than what we were talking about like at McDonald's the other day.
No.
What did we talk about at McDonald's?
Ray hitting people in the dark.
Yeah,
Remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah, Ray
No,
just
I'm
runs people over.
I'm saying the road to your house is dark when you drive because it's been like that since we've been growing up.
Yeah, it has. You're just super defensive about it.
Yeah. I forgot what you said.
It was well.
He was defending the driver.
There was a car accident on the stretch of Farmington near my house. It doesn't have like street lights, so it is dark. And someone had mentioned something about people walking and it being dark. And Ray got super. He was like, "It is dark. Like you can't see anything." It's like super defensive that he was just out there mowing people down.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of stuff that goes on that section of the road.
It's dark, yeah. We can't see anything. And people decide to walk on the one side that doesn't have the sidewalk.
We used to do that growing up. At least during the day, like from valleys.
Yeah, but not at night, man. I don't know why people walk there at night. It's crazy. It's dangerous. Didn't need lights.
Yeah, but this car accident was weird. It was like where it was like by the bus stop. That is like there's nothing there, but it was like a small ditch. And then I guess, I don't know what happened, but like a truck ran over the top of it or some shit.
Did it come out that something was in the street that may have done something to the
I don't
tires,
know.
made them lose control? I remember you telling me the story, dude. That's awful.
Yeah. But it was.
Freak
they
accident.
put in a bunch of lights for Hazeldale.
Dude, that school looks...
Oh, it looks modern.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's like, what's that school off Shoals Ferry? The one by your sister's house.
With a
Mountainside.
stallion?
Mountainside.
Mountainside, it's called?
Yeah, Mountainside Mavericks.
High school.
Oh, the Mavericks.
That's insane.
Mountainside. That's yeah.
Yeah, it's really
an
nice.
But yeah, either way, that school is super nice.
Yeah, it's a really nice school.
Yeah.
I would have left, but I'm going there.
Yeah, sure, dude.
My senior year, I'm going there. The first year that they were open there, I think they only had like a freshman class, and then they add another freshman.
Dude,
and then
that would be kind of weird, man.
That'd be kind of
Walking around in an empty freaking school.
Yeah, crazy.
I remember I was talking to my friend where it's like we've gotten to the age where things around us growing up is changing. So you know when like the parents were like back in our day, this used to be an old like house.
Yeah,
my parents would be like, "Oh, this is farmlands back in the day."
Yeah, that's what my mom used to say.
Now we have that golf where we used to play the driving range.
Yeah.
And now it's just homes. Maybe
Next
like
to Costco.
Hey, we used to be on the driving range here back in the day, right next to Costco.
Yeah, there used to be like a mini golf place over there. Is there still that
changing
by Costco?
Huh?
That mini golf? Is there still mini golf?
It's a
by
mini
Costco?
golf, and it was a driving range. That's the thing we're talking about. It just became homes, dude.
Oh.
They just fill it up with homes.
Yeah, you thank like Intel and Nike for that shit.
Hey,
bringing out
Nike's
stuff.
our employer.
Yeah,
so.
Beaverton's really getting cleaned up too, man, because of it.
Yeah, everything. I mean, Sherwood's popping now. Forest Grove's getting a lot better. All that stuff because they have to.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it does.
Traffic is booty though.
That's what these companies do,
especially like today when school
like,
officially
yeah. I know I totally misjudged like how to get like the time I needed to leave to get to work. Because all the buses and just the traffic that is created by having to drive 20 miles an hour through school zones and stuff.
That's honestly one of the major perks of working at Nike's because of how close we all are. Like,
yeah,
all three of us here have worked at Nike at some point, like at the same time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you guys commute probably 20 minutes at most.
Mine was 13 minutes.
Yeah.
And
on the dot.
talking to some coworkers, there is like an hour here, there, and back. So it's like.
Yeah, I talked to a few people who like commute from Vancouver. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
that would be so shitty.
No, going across that bridge sucks.
I knew someone that would commute from like Salem.
But move, just move.
Yeah.
Ray, what kind of wine is this that we're drinking?
It's a great year, aged.
2016. Is this like Game of Thrones wine, bro? It's called the Wildling.
2016.
Give me some more of that though.
It's the fancy podcast.
Mm-hmm. I can't read it. It's in French.
I asked if you guys wanted some beers or anything, but you guys said no, and I was like, all right.
Who said no? You said no.
And I know
I'm
Enno,
not a beer drinker.
I know Enno likes wine.
Oh, I love wine, man.
But Enno doesn't drink beer either.
Yeah.
I despise. Yeah, it's disgusting, dude.
I feel like crap when I drink a lot of beer. Just
yeah,
bloated.
it's so full.
Mm-hmm.
I played this new game that I feel like I probably should have played a long time ago. It's called Rage Cage. You guys ever played that game?
Yeah.
You know that game?
No, what's that? What's it about?
It's like they take the like solo cups and they put them in like the middle of the table. I don't know how many, 15, 16. And so like if you were on the other side and I was on the other side, it'd be like a circle around the table.
Yeah.
We would cheers, hit the table, drink. That's how you start. And then you have a ping pong ball on the other hand, and you have to bounce it in. If you bounce it in on the first try, you can pass it to anybody you want on the table. You want to try and pass it to the person who's behind the person with the cup, the other person with the cup. If you bounce it in just without the first try, you pass it to your right, or whatever way you're playing. But the whole point would be like, if I'm behind you and I get mine in first, I put my cup inside your cup. Now you have to drink. And then pretty soon, all the cups start to get, drunked. And so the cups stack and they get higher. So then it's harder to bounce in.
Oh, okay, I see.
I'm pretty sure drunked is the right word there.
The
100%.
right tense. Are you good at it?
I'm pretty good, yeah. I lost the first game and then I got good. Because so what it is like it's kind of like beer pong where you fill it up just a little bit, on each one, but the middle one is full.
Yeah,
and then like if you lose that one, then you have to drink that one.
I remember being fully sober and losing at a beer pong.
Yeah, and these people are just sloshed that you're playing against.
But they're just like
they can't see. They're like
they can't drive straight. I mean, you shouldn't drive at all. But I'm saying like, but they can just
no drinking and driving, guys. No drinking and driving.
Yeah. Yeah, that you get better, I think.
For sure, you get.
Because you see,
while you drink.
Yeah. You think less. You just kind of throw.
That's what it is. You think less. You're just more natural.
Yeah.
Then there's a point where you get too drunk. Then you're just.
And then you're just like.
Have you guys played Mario Kart?
Mario Kart.
I think I did that.
Mario Kart, yeah.
Apartment actually.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, we did that on stream.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it was fun, man.
It was fun.
Yeah. Then I took a shower and I just barfed everything we drank.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I don't even know.
It was probably because we had like sugary.
Yeah, it was a sugary, slushy stuff. It was delicious at the time, but it was not good afterwards. I cannot drink that stuff every day.
I don't drink sugar stuff anymore either.
Fuck that.
Yeah. The last time I drank anything really sugary, I was at James's old house in Sherwood. And I was with him and Dustin Johnson. Mm-hmm. And they were like giving me a bunch of shit for like not keeping up or whatever. And we were drinking like vodka and like orange juice or vodka and cranberry, like that kind of shit. Man. So it's like super sugary. And they're just pounding it, right? And I have work the next morning at like 9. So can't get too bad. But they're all giving me shit. And then I woke up in the morning to learn that Dustin threw up and James fell asleep in his walk-in closet. So I was like, who's the idiot?
Right.
Yeah. I remember we would sleep over at my aunt's place.
Yeah.
Off Bill Mountain. And I remember Enno was like, he was drinking a lot, but he had work the next day at like 6 a.m. This is when you're working at the radio station.
I did that a lot.
And then I remember I texted you like, "You're all right?" You're like, "I'm still drunk." It's like 4 hours into your shift. You're like, jeez,
dude.
But he got the work done.
It was the same thing though. When we were at your aunt's place, we were having like orange juice and fucking vodka. Yeah. So like screwdrivers, and I drank too much and got like I felt like I was gonna throw up, and then I like fell asleep with like half my body outside the bathroom.
Still got that picture on my phone somewhere.
Oh yeah, I remember that, man.
Yeah.
That's the same night though, wasn't it? I don't know. We did it a few times. I don't know.
Yeah, it's always so funny because like when I go to parties, the very few that I've been to, I'm always like hyper aware, so I never get like super bad drunk. Because I don't want to be like the guy who does some stupid
So
thing.
like, what do you mean? Like, are you just overly cautious? And
Yeah, so I
grabbing,
just
like,
so I don't drink that much. I'll drink a little bit, but I never get like super drunk. But when I'm alone with like 5 friends, I'll do whatever. I don't care. And then that's always like the nice like should be super mellow, but I'm like dead like outside of the bathroom.
That's funny though.
Yeah, I don't really drink much anymore though.
Yeah, neither do I. Actually,
You're the one who brought the wine. I don't believe you.
that's because I don't know.
We're chilling, man.
Wine's nice.
We're
Though.
sipping.
I would rather drink wine. I think.
I'm a
Than
wine
most
whiskey
stuff.
kind of guy. I can't
It
drink
all- yeah, it all
anything
depends.
else. Vodka.
You drink ciders though, or you used to anyway.
It's kind of similar to wine. It's
Yeah, I
not really
guess.
beer. It's more wine-ish.
And
Yeah.
and love ciders.
Oh,
girlfriend.
cider's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Too sugary though sometimes. So
yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Anyway, what are you guys doing though, Ray? What are you doing at Nike?
My official title is an image artist for the digital production.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah. So like for me, I do like 3D renderings and concepts for.
That's newer though.
Yeah.
You weren't doing 3D.
Yeah, that's
stuff.
true.
and these people just throw you the concepts already, and you just render it in 3D, or do you
Yeah,
draw
so,
these
like-
concepts with yourself?
So it's a combination. So some people create the graphics and they send it to me, and I like apply it to the. So initially you apply it to the 2D pattern, so it can correlate to the 3D rendering system, and then it's just a bunch of back and forth and things like that. So I don't know.
Little
it's a good,
tweaks and things.
yeah, it's a good situation. And get
You
to
seem
work
like
with
you
bro.
like it.
What's that?
You seem like you like it.
Yeah, it's a great company.
You're
super,
doing it.
honestly, it's
Don't
super
piss off the giant.
because it's super close.
yeah,
to
it's
be
super
honest with
close.
you,
and
it's
they-
clutch.
Like,
yeah, the commute's low.
but I've definitely seen some people where they're kind of like stuck up a little bit.
Oh,
because-
at Nike.
Yeah.
Oh, I
for
ran
sure.
into a few of those. Yeah, it's fun. Fun time.
Anywhere though,
Yeah, it's like that anywhere.
Cinetopia had that shit all the time. You're like, dude,
Entitlement. Yeah.
When
you
it comes like to the customers.
customers and employees.
Really?
Yeah, like they think that
You
they're
had
better than the
employees?
job, and you're like, you work at Cinetopia, dude. Like, why'd
Yeah.
you apply?
Yeah.
But there are times like, but you see that a lot when I was at Cinetopia with Nike employees, where they like come in, they think their shit doesn't stink. They shouldn't like, I work for Nike. Give me this.
Yeah.
Intel was bad too. Intel was real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was fucking trash theaters, dude.
No, but I remember when I first texted you about like, hey, I might be working at Nike.
Yeah.
You'd be texting me like every week, like, did you get it yet? Did you get it yet?
He gives very limited amount of information.
That's because I give you all the information I had during that time.
He'd be like, I think because I remember one time you're like, I think I might start in February. So like I didn't ask for a while, and then it was
Yeah.
like February 1st. I'm like, dude, what's going on? He's like, maybe March.
So I remember
And I was like,
hold up,
all right.
hold up. I remember that. So you started in December.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
Yeah.
And my interview was the following month.
Yeah, January.
Me thinking
That's how months
this
work.
would be like 2 weeks from now is when I would get like put on
Yeah.
Like a
from
quick
January.
process.
But they said, okay, we're gonna start you in like the next month, which would be March.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I gotta tell Michigan. Damn, it's actually March instead. And I was telling you all the information I knew, but it's
Yeah.
all good.
Every time I'm like, you starting, bro? Let's get lunch.
Yeah.
But
We still
when
do
I'm
that.
at my actual office when I'm supposed to be there,
Mm-hmm.
we get lunch every day. Pretty much.
Honestly, like having lunch with friends, like I know when you used to work there, we'd have lunch every once in a while. But like that midway point when you like leave the office, and, like,
Yeah.
we're basically hanging out for an hour.
Yeah, for sure.
No, it was good to catch up.
And then you get back and you're like, okay, we got like a couple more hours left. That's it.
Yeah, like 2 hours.
It's a good way to decompress, man. I really enjoyed it, but then I got kicked out to the Northwest campus, and that was fun.
Yeah.
I honestly did not know Nike had a campus like
Yeah,
that
campus
far out.
everywhere, man.
Yeah, they do. It's ass. I've been to pretty much every single one of them.
You've been to the Northwest one too?
Have you been to where I was at?
I've not been to Northwest. So on Monday, I've been to Northeast, Northwest, Southwest, and then several of the locations in Southeast. So the only one I haven't been to is Southwest and South.
Do any of the other campuses have like the engineers and stuff with you?
So no, not really. There are a lot of devs on West Campus.
I do know that because I think Dustin worked there.
Yeah. So there's a lot of that stuff. But I was over on Tailwind, which is the home manufacturing. So just, you got to walk in. You have to put like earbuds in and glasses and shit because they're like doing the plastic stuff like on the bottom of your shoe, like the shock. They like
make that
manufacture
air?
that. Some of it, they just made a new place. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Shoot,
my
I-
uncle works at that
Where are you now?
Yeah.
building.
And-
actually.
But like I went over there and I had one day of training
Mhm.
and then like that was it. But they don't really deal with the tech there. Doesn't really deal with a lot of computer issues. It's mostly like the printer, like the label printers and like some of the machine stuff. And I'm like, I don't know any of this. So I basically, dude, I like sat in the office and did nothing. I mean, there wasn't a lot to do anyway.
Like you escalated the issue, so like the printer team will take care of it because like
pretty much, yeah.
You just didn't.
I was like,
know
I don't
how
know.
to debug it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to do this. So yeah, I passed it off to somebody else because like I don't do this.
Yeah.
So
I remember I'd always like hit you up on like our instant
Ray,
messaging.
Ray breaks a lot of stuff.
I try to fix it myself first before I reach out to anybody.
It makes it worse though.
I do make it worse.
I appreciate the try though, because there are some times where people don't do any. Like they come and they're like,
Well,
my email doesn't work, and you're like, oh,
Have you started
It's on.
restarting your
Yeah,
computer?
it's on.
It's like no, I'm
yeah.
not. I was
Well,
like,
it's not open. Like oh,
And then I just play dumb when I go to the tech bar. I'm
yeah.
like, what? They're like, what'd you do? I'm like, I don't know. I just turned it on and I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I turned it on and it just stopped working. I always remember with the devs, they'd come up and they'd have a bunch of weird issues, and you're like, okay, let's take a look, and you like go through stuff, and it's like, everything's where it's supposed to be, and you like look at their uptime, and it's like 45 days, and you're like, let me just try and restart it.
Yeah.
You started restarting, you're like, does it work? And you're like, yeah. Like, all right.
Can't be that easy sometimes, man.
Yeah, it's like just restart your computer when you get here on Monday and restart it when you leave on Friday, and I guarantee most of your issues will be gone, especially Macs.
So I tell people, you gotta restart. It's so easy to just close a Mac and leave it just.
Yeah.
The sleep mode's insane.
Well, even with like my computer, like I shut it down or restart it every once in a while, but there are times where I'm like, I've only like just put it to sleep. That's it for like a month or whatever.
I haven't turned mine off.
Computers need to sleep too, man. You need to reboot.
Yeah. They gotta just relax. They need time off too, man.
Yeah, just for a second, but I mean, that's all I need.
Yeah, it's works cool, but I won't be there for forever. Probably not very.
You're really disliking it, huh?
Yeah, I really
Lately.
don't like it. Yeah.
Is it more now because they're sending you around all the campuses, or has it just been gradually just like eating you?
Both. I mean, I can't just be somewhere. I'm always somewhere else.
Yeah.
So like, for example, when I first started, I was there for like a month, and then I was asked to move for 2 weeks to come back. And then as soon as I got to the other location, the guy that I was with, he's like, "So you're gonna be here for like a month?" And I was like, I was asked to only be here for 2 weeks. Then they moved me again, then they moved me back, and then they moved me again. I went all over the place, and then like finally I'm back, and then I got like my monitor set back up. I'm at a desk in Sebco that can't move up and down, like it's broken.
First world problems.
Yeah.
Right.
But like I'm just saying, like they continuously move me and then like take the shit that I had for themselves and then put me in the shit that's broken, and then they just move me again. And any conversation that I've had, like when I I applied for a sales job downtown with Sheldon Prince.
Yeah.
And I got that job, and I wanted to take it, but it's so far downtown. It's right by OHSU, so it's deep.
Yeah.
And they couldn't confirm if I was going to be working starting at 6. Yes, 6 or starting at 8.
Which one would you rather?
6.
Hands down, dude.
Because you get out at 3, so you're still going to have traffic, but not the same kind.
Oh,
but getting there at 8 in the morning, you are fucked.
Yeah, leave at 6.
You get to leave basically when they start.
Yeah.
Would you guys rather like to have your day like be at start earlier or later?
I think 6 is like a really good starting like hour. 7 is good too. I think once you get to 5, it's like too early.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because then you got to wake up at 4. You got to go to bed super early. But like when I work 7 to 4 right now, it's really nice. I could go to bed at 11 and still get a good amount of sleep.
So like, let's say you had your own business.
Asleep.
Would you wake up? Would you start your day at 6 and try to get it?
It depends. It totally depends on the business.
Yeah, that's
so like if it's a brick and mortar shop that needs to be open for, customers to come in, I think you have to play to when people are going to be available to come in. It wouldn't make sense for you to open up your shop at 6 and close at 3.
I get that.
I personally think if you're working your own business, you're working way more hours than.
Oh yeah.
Than
Just like 8 hours. Yeah, that's true.
You're working 12, 14,
But a lot
15,
of times
16.
people usually don't start businesses that they don't like. Right? So like if you feel
That's true.
Yeah, like if you feel passionate about what you're doing at all, like, and I don't right now. Like, I don't give a fuck.
A 12-hour day just goes by fast then.
Yeah, and if you're really liking it, and if you're your own boss and you kind of control what's going on, that means that you can control the revenue which comes in to some extent and where it goes, allocate in ways. And
It's personally still going to feel like a struggle though. It's going to feel like work. but at least you can enjoy the work at the end, kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. It's like, like I said, you're not going to start a business that you don't like, I would think. And then, so that means that probably, a decent portion of it you do enjoy. Like, for instance, John, he's got his studio. He loves taking pictures. He loves filming stuff. He even likes to edit the pictures and edit the video. Mm-hmm. The only thing he doesn't like is like the
marketing, finding businesses.
No, he likes marketing logistics. Too. It's the accounting part of it. He doesn't like payroll shit, like asking people to pay him, sending him invoices, making sure invoices come back with being paid. Like, he likes to make money, obviously, but that's the part in which he doesn't enjoy. Mm-hmm. Like typing out like the contract, or like coming up with however much to get paid, and like sending invoices and tracking down invoices and doing all that stuff. Like, he doesn't care. He's just like, I just want to shoot stuff and edit shit and make stuff look cool. So there's always going to be some part of a job or a business, even if you have it your own, that you're not going to like.
Oh, I think the majority of the job you're going to end up not liking. That's my mindset.
The majority? So far. Yeah. Like, over 50%?
I think like 80% of it would be like grind. It's going to feel like a grind.
No, I'd say that most people, I don't know about most people, but I know at least, my dad was a welder, and I don't know if he enjoyed that his entire life.
Yeah, but your dad comes from a generation that like cared less about enjoying the job and cared more about the money coming in so that they could support their family, to make sure that their family could do what they wanted. There's not a lot of, for me, I don't think that there's a lot of guys like that. Like, our generation of guys aren't like, I'm going to take this shit job that I know pays well.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people, when you have a family and stuff, like, that comes second, man. Like, you're happy. I guess you're not a happiness, but like,
kind of
like your career path. It takes like a back seat, essentially, right?
Yeah, you kind of lose that freedom to like.
Exactly, you take that risk and that freedom to find what you really want to do. But
yeah, I guess like families probably dictate a lot of different things in terms of like what you feel you can and can't do. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he probably didn't enjoy welding all that much. Maybe he did a little bit, or maybe he did at first.
Yeah,
but like going back,
but your dad's retired now.
He's retired,
and that dude's always busy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he just did flooring for Anne's like house while her parents are gone, and like, he's that type of guy that if he gets a project, he's doing like, once he starts it, he's gonna try to get it done as soon as possible. Yeah. But I'm like, Dad, you have like 4 days, 5 days. You can pace yourself.
I think your dad has like the mindset of like a millionaire. Like, he has like a really big like work hustle.
I think that's how it is.
I think that's generation like general, that's what I'm saying. Like, the generation is like that. Like, my mom, my dad, everyone just like that. They just work. When they come home, they still do something. Yeah, to the house. Right? That's fair. Just always like keeping their mind occupied. While our generation is just like, I worked, I deserve a 4-hour break now. Kind of.
I think our generation is more selfish in terms of.
Yeah.
I don't know if is it entitled? No.
I guess.
I don't know if it's necessarily entitled.
It might be entitlement. Like, we think we deserve now this break because we earned it, kind of thing. Well, I don't know. Maybe.
I just think at our age we have the time to be selfish. At least in situations we're all in.
We were fortunate enough to take advantage of these extra times.
We don't have like anything like that. It's just about. We have like girlfriends and stuff, but like. Yeah. I think it's our time to figure out what we really want to do, regardless.
One, because of our age, and two, because of the time we live in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think both those things play a huge factor. Mm-hmm. But I was just going to say, like, I felt like when I think about Ray's dad, I think like if there wasn't a language barrier with Ray's dad, like he could have crushed something like insane. Not to say that he didn't like crush life, because I think he did. I didn't do.
I personally think he crushed it. Like,
no, I do too. I do too. I'm just saying that if there wasn't a language barrier, like, it would have been a different level of crushing. Because there were times like I'm saying, like, he just stays busy. He has like a high energy. I don't remember, like, whenever I always see him doing stuff, and obviously I'm not used, but I don't remember him ever being like sick, or like you being like, I can't go somewhere, I gotta take care of Dad or whatever. Yeah. I think your mom's that same way. She doesn't seem like she gets sick that much.
Like I said, I think they're just, those generations just workers.
Different breed, yeah, maybe. Like, yeah, it's so weird how that works too, because like you would think that we would be somewhat similar because they raised us.
I just know my dad's day as a kid started at 4 a.m.
Yeah,
because his dad was a busher.
I think for them, I think the term would be like, they work harder, not smarter. You know.
Yeah,
I think my dad's just a worker. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
He just grind it out.
For sure. I'm just saying, like, if your dad had the same things that you have, the ability, but with the same mindset that he was raised with, like in terms of education, in terms of all
work
those
ethic
things.
And just
but if you have combined all that together, like whenever I think I just don't ever see him stop. Yeah. He's always doing some shit. Which is really cool. It's really respectable.
Shout out to the pops.
But I also think like you and Geraldine are that exact same way to some extent. Maybe not to the fullest of like being always busy, but you did a bunch of stuff too. Mm-hmm. You didn't like.
I don't know. I think for him, like I compare myself to him. Like I work in the office.
Yeah.
He works blue collar.
Yeah, but
I understand that there's different types of like fatigue because my mom was office.
Yeah.
Job and I could tell she was mentally tired.
Yeah.
And my dad was physically
tired. It's just a different
shit. It's
just different tired.
It's just a different type of fatigue. So you just gotta understand that. And I put it in perspective.
I think it's same tired, just like differently, you know? I'm just exhausted either way. Mentally or physically. At the same level.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah. What are you up to? Because you just stopped working for us, Nike.
Yeah, so man, from like where I was before, I jumped into full-time school and full-time work, which was
ass.
Incredibly difficult, I gotta say. Especially when school is, instead of 12 weeks, it's 8 weeks for a term. So they squash everything in 8 weeks. So it's nonstop projects and homework, and then on top of that, 8 to 5 job. Anyone that works full-time and goes to school full-time, much respect. That's insane. Like, there's a lot of people who can able to do that. Like, my sister's one of them, 3 part-time jobs to do what she wants to do. Insane. I'm not that kind of guy. I can't do that shit.
What is your sister working 3 part-time jobs?
She did. She did when she was in school. She had 3 part-time jobs. Doesn't mean she worked 40-hour weeks, but she had 3 jobs that she worked 3 times a week, like 30 hours.
Just fit in wherever.
Yeah, she's always ongoing. Like even now, like you see her, she's always on the go. She's doing something. You know, whether it's at home or working or she's out traveling someplace. You know.
Yeah, your sister does travel a lot.
Yeah, what's her passion? What do you like? She works her ass off just to travel. You know, build experiences, which is awesome. Good for her. But yeah. I recently quit the Nike job.
Yeah.
One, because the school was too difficult. I had to choose one or the other. Hopefully find a part-time job. But that's essentially what I'm doing, dude. Just full-time school until I find a developing job. Hopefully full-stack developer. That's my goal.
Full stack?
Full stack.
What's that mean?
Full stack. So essentially, so there's multiple types of developers.
Host,
I'm just asking a question. I'm trying to have a conversation here. God.
Yeah, so what is a full-stack developer? I mean, there's front-end and back-end. Front-end being someone who works a website. And the back end is somebody who deals with a.
Oh shit!
I mean, and the back end just like people who work in the servers in the back end. So something you don't see.
Restart.
Yeah, something that runs the processes in the back end of a website of some sort. Yeah, so full stack will deal with all those aspects of a web app. Websites are normally called websites. They're called web apps because they function differently than they used to.
Right. How different?
Great question.
Very differently. They're much more dynamic. They went from a static, so essentially you click a button and it's all there, while it just works more dynamically. So you click a button and then something's been sent to a server, it comes back immediately. 1, because computers are faster, and 2, because servers and internet is much quicker. So you can take advantage of all this new technology, essentially.
Yeah.
So with new technology, it becomes much more complicated code. So a 1-person job becomes a 10-person job now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
that's kind of cool though.
Very competitive market at the moment because of that. But yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah, that is cool. Well, what's the plan? Because you're not in school right now, right? Like right this second.
Right this second. So hopefully, I mean, I'm going to start. Hopefully, we start getting that website going.
Yeah, for the podcast.
Yeah. Hopefully, get that going, and because it's cool, I learned some cool new little tricks, so it make it exciting. And 2, I'm working on another friend's website, upgraded. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully working on an iPhone app that this next month I can get done with these 3 projects I have and throw it onto my GitHub for a resume.
An app too?
Yeah, an Android app, and hopefully into a iPhone app as well.
Yeah, how different is that? Like coding something for the Android OS towards the iOS? So
hands down, it's all very similar. All the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, you learn one language, it's kind of the same thing with the second language. Sure, it's syntax. Syntax will be slightly different, so you type a few words differently. But at the end of the day, it's going to be doing the same thing in the back end.
Yeah,
right. So yeah, with Mac, with iPhones, unfortunately, the only way to make an app is to purchase a Macintosh device.
That's
so
super
maybe
weird.
a MacBook Pro, an iMac of some sort. Yes and no, I guess. I mean, they're monopoly. That's what they do. Yeah. I mean, it's Apple. And then Android is just free market. It's Google, so it's all open source. So it's just everywhere. Everyone's just designing new products, new ideas with it. So it's really, really cool. But hopefully I can get that all done and
What's the thing that you like want to get out of it or you want to create that's like?
So, I mean,
another good question.
Another good question, man. I don't know, man. My whole goal is to start my own company. Do my own company, man.
Yeah, but like, what's the thing that you want to like do that seems fun in terms of coding? Because it seems like coding would be like a lonely job, but you're saying now it's kind of opened up to be more team-based.
So that's a misconception that's huge. Engineering is not a lonely job. Like I thought that growing up, I mean, we all grow up watching Iron Man, right, and seeing like he'd do everything himself.
Yeah, but Iron Man looked fucking sweet.
He's yeah. I mean, like, okay, nobody's that smart, unfortunately. People are like geniuses, but not to that level. Everyone needs a group of people, especially engineers, needs a group of people to design a product, right?
Sure,
you have multiple levels of engineers designing different aspects of that product. But what I want to do is, design my own company. I'm not a code monkey, so what you call them, like somebody who's just able to just get this snippet, like design me so and so. I want this to be able to drag and drop this onto this website.
Yeah.
Code me that. I can do it. I don't love doing it. I like knowing how to do that process, how to create that, and maybe guiding and being more of a management type level. Mm-hmm. And that's what I want to do in my company. I want to make sure if I start my own company and hire these engineers, I want to know what I'm talking about. I don't want to just sit there and just speak to ass, like, do this. Because, like, that's part of the problem with these engineers. Because they say, I want this done in 2 weeks. It's in reality, it's impossible. Because it's such a huge job to do.
Yeah, I guess, like, when I think about lonely, I think it's like, okay, you design the right leg. Mm-hmm. Jim's going to design the left leg. You go over there, and Jim goes over there, and then you just fucking do that thing. Mm-hmm. And then in 10 days, you come back, and here's the right leg.
Yeah.
Does it work with the left leg? And then... like, that's what I think when I think of, like, how it would be lonely is, like, you kind of just sit there and do your own shit.
Yeah, essentially, yes. But this whole, it's just a whole process called Scrum, Agile. They have this whole system where you have a group leader, and the leader will spread the task to the rest of the employees. Yeah. And it's all systematically done. So when something's planned, implemented, and pushed out, everyone knows what you're doing. If it's broken, they know it's broken.
Yeah.
That's why you have test codes. Unit test, but you test your code before you implement it, and hopefully once you put it out in real world, push it out. It isn't too buggy. You want it working so it's functional, but enough that people can find bugs and you solve the solution. But it's quickly moving products every 2 week sprints.
So a lot of devs and engineers would come up to the tech bar and be like, "My code's not working." I'm like, I don't fucking know.
I've had a couple, dude. I was able to help a few,
code
but
is
dude,
just like, I don't know. I would not be able to even comprehend it. Like the first.
Dude, I bought like how to code in Java for Minecraft for like 10-year-olds.
Yeah,
dude, I didn't realize that it was like for such a young thing because it was like coding Java for beginners. And I was like, okay, bought that. And then I like opened it up and it was like this dude. He's like, "Hey, boys and girls, we're gonna learn how to code in Minecraft." And I was like, "Oh, fuck."
Did you learn?
Hey, but you learned.
I learned
what I'm saying. You probably learned from it.
He's talking like, "Slow down, dude." It's like,
just rewind to 5. Yeah.
How much has YouTube taught you in your life?
Everything.
Like
from gaming to now, it's literally.
I'm saying
YouTube has been
like design software is YouTube is like University of YouTube is what I call it.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about this with John today. Like, what if like an alien came down, like to Earth, who was like not insanely intelligent, right? Like he was just kind of
just
normal,
smart enough to get to Earth, kind of thing.
Yeah, but like didn't know like what Google was.
Okay.
And you're explaining it to him, and he's like, "Wait, don't you think that alien would be like, holy shit? You guys have this thing that can just amass all this information and teaching and all this shit." And you guys still spend $75,000 a year to go to school? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I told you this before. Like, I could do my job now if I was like while being in school, because like I didn't learn anything.
Yeah,
from
like
school.
You didn't learn what you're doing in school. You learn like through what you like and what you enjoy doing. So then you taught yourself, or what like you looked it up from somebody else.
It's always a tough call because like
it's a huge risk.
You understand that at times that's part of the game, like
you got to play the game a little bit, right? Because like a degree just kind of helps you.
Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely part of the game, but like, why?
I know it's shitty.
Why? Because I mean, like we talked about, the older generations
it's ass, bro.
Push these ideas.
It is ass.
Hell, sounds like you're pissing. We all got quiet and watched you do it, so it was weird. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I definitely every job that I've had has not been because, I mean, I guess I can't say without a reasonable doubt that it's like not because of school, because obviously I learned shit. I learned how to read.
Disconnects.
Right? But like a lot of stuff that I learned in school, I didn't use in my jobs. Like I don't use a bunch of the math shit that I learned. I haven't, like one time. I haven't used trig, I don't think. Like I've never used a quadratic formula. Like I haven't done a lot of stuff. Now I understand that there are pros to learning that stuff in terms of like problem solving and critical thinking and things like that. So I'm not going to pretend that stuff doesn't exist. I'm just saying that there's a lot that I wish I had learned in school, like finances and debt, like how to stop to accumulate debt and what my student loans meant, and like a bunch of other stuff that doesn't get taught, like real life skills. Yeah, kind of get lost in.
So the question is like
that rat
when
race.
It comes to this, like, don't you think some of the math and everything you've learned helped you learn that, or just because you came in here blind, you were unprepared?
No, I definitely think that it helped, but like, I don't need to see the like curvature of the graph if I can just do the addition and subtraction and the multiplication and division. I'm not, and I don't know. I guess like I've not done something like someone's like, that's fucking trig. Like you did that shit and you didn't even know it, you know? So I was just saying that like there's a lot of life skills that come out, or like certain like chemistry stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
I mean, like I agree.
I think I failed chemistry my like sophomore year.
I got like a C, dude. The only reason why I think I took it, because you don't have to take chem. You could have taken other like.
Really?
Yeah, you could, because that's the fucking
honestly
lie.
That's the reason why I wish I coasted in high school and just got a high GPA.
Dude, yeah, right.
To be honest, like
no, you're good.
That's basically it. Basically it.
I learned very early on that like the school like kind of doesn't necessarily lie, but they kind of lie about what you have to take. For instance, like they're like, oh, you have to take 2 years of language. You don't have to take it, but you just do, because the 2 years that you take in language don't count for fucking shit in college. You got to take it again.
And no, it's got to apply somewhere in the high school.
I know. It does. The credit.
Exactly.
But it only count, but your Spanish or whatever it is counts as an elective credit towards graduating. It doesn't count. It's not like you have a separate.
So I could have done weightlifting instead of Spanish. But like
science, so like science is a category. Chemistry falls underneath that category. But you could have taken other classes to accumulate your science credits.
I don't know. Science messed me up in high school. I failed chemistry. I cheated in physics. Ryan got caught cheating in physics.
Dude. I remember that day. I was like, dude, what are you doing?
No, it's so bad.
You didn't even cheat. Good.
No, listen. It's listen. Listen, it's so bad. It's our last day of the class, right?
Yeah, finals.
Finals.
Yeah.
He's retaking the final.
Yeah.
I'm asking questions from like the second week of the class. Like we should know this by now.
Yeah.
And we're just a huge disappointment, like Miss Gupta and stuff like that.
Yeah, Miss Gupta's got like 7 masters and like 6 PhDs.
I see her at 24 all the time.
Yeah, she was completely overqualified for a high school teacher, but
yeah, I think she's doing some other crazy shit now.
Oh yeah,
she's probably just retired, just hanging out.
No, I thought she was left Aloha, and I think
Sunset.
She went to Sunset to be the principal, maybe.
I heard something.
But like she did a bunch of stuff. But like
she's nuts.
Do you think she like looked at you guys and was just like, you dumb motherfuckers?
Exactly, because I'm asking questions from like the second week.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, from where she was to where she is now is nutty, though.
She's gotta be. She's just super patient.
So, like you see these kids like kind of throw away.
That's why I'm saying I don't think I could be a teacher or a coach.
You can be a coach.
I don't think I could.
Like at all, or like for a certain age group.
Maybe for certain age group.
Why can't you be a coach?
Because if my players suck,
you would tell them.
You would tell them,
Bobby, what the fuck, dude?
I'd be like, why are you running left? Like the play's for you to go right. That's what I would do.
The players in front of you.
You could coach high school.
I'll probably do like junior varsity.
Yeah. Probably freshman. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you have to coach kind of where your skill level is at. So probably freshman.
What are you talking about? I'm nice.
Yeah, you are now, yeah.
Now.
Yeah, Braid lacked confidence. Dude, sure. I'm too short. Bro. I'm too short. Now, he's...
After high school?
Kills it.
Shooting threes all day, man.
Do you remember that one time our freshman year tryouts?
Freshman tryouts.
Our coach calls Mitch and I over. He's like, you guys are trying too hard.
I've never been told that by a coach before. I also was told by...
Trying too hard?
Did you do track junior year?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, but I failed the entire year. So
but I would leave practice all the time.
Dude, I remember listening to the speech of like the track captain.
Don't drop the name. Don't drop the name.
Why?
Don't drop the name.
I can't even remember her name.
I remember
First
the
name.
Don't drop the name.
I don't know it.
What was her name?
But what she would,
you know, are you hang out with her, huh?
I'm joking.
Actually,
I'm joking.
You're like, she might listen to it. She might. It was like the craziest speech. She was like, "Listen, guys, you can't give 100%. It is impossible because if you give 100% of yourself,
you die.
You die."
I remember that speech.
It was like what?
It wasn't a bad speech though.
But
it was a good speech.
It was like just do 80% because then you can kind of get to like 85 and you'll be good and it'll be the best you could do. And it was just like every time, any other time I've ever listened to a speech from like a coach or a captain's like, you give 250%, maybe 1,000, do it. Yeah. But she was like, no, guys. Mathematically, scientifically, you put out 100%, you're fucking dead.
Oh, no.
And it was like,
it was great. It was great.
And it was also like that same night was it was like the all-nighter track.
that was actually super fun.
That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that night.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a blast doing track. It was a lot of fun because it was like
you like met a lot of people that you wouldn't run into.
Yeah, like a lot of people did it. And the other thing too was like if you weren't like Sheldon or Thomas or whatever, you kind of were like, you were just there.
Yeah.
And you just kind of hung out. You jumped into sand. You know.
You played with
sand. When you were a jumper.
You just run around
just
everywhere.
building sandcastles and stuff.
Like triple, you just landed in it. And then like half the time they'd call your name and you're like, nah, I don't feel like going. And you just kind of shot the shit. Yeah. I remember one of the varsity 100-meter sprinters. So it was like Troy or Ryan or someone was like sick or hurt.
Yeah.
And so like I was like the next dude. And so I had to race with them. So like Tom and Sheldon.
Varsity?
Yeah. I remember it was at Sunset. And all the dudes are wearing, you know, those speed suits, the fucking spandex,
He's
super tight, just like if they kind of turn wrong, their dick might pop out. Like that's how tight their shit is to make them aerodynamic and stuff.
What are you
wearing?
I'm
wearing the nasty ass, like really short jogging shorts, you know, with long black spandex down to like my knee, you know, like stuff that you'd wear like compression shorts for basketball.
Yeah.
And I go and I think I finished with like an 11.9 and 100-meter, which isn't that bad. But these guys are like a full second faster than I am. Like they're finishing at like 11, high 10s. And a second in a 100-meter race
it's nuts.
Is like insane. Like it was like a joke. I remember like nearly laughing. Like, what am I doing here? It's like not cool. But
that's so funny.
Yeah, track was a lot of fun, man. But I just remember
track was super fun.
I remember that speech to this day, and I'm like, can't get myself on.
I do too. I would actually go back in time and just like, I would stare at our reactions to see like.
Yeah. Like, what?
I remember we got taught how to tie our shoes differently too. I don't know if you remember that.
I didn't get.
You're crazy, man. That's
all right. Well, it's gonna be impossible to describe it right now, so I'm not gonna even try.
Like behind the ankle or something?
No, it's like the lace. It's
you swoop it and pull.
It's like something to do with the lacing.
Ray didn't wear shoes with ties until like senior year. He just wore Velcro. You couldn't figure it out.
No, I wore shoes with laces.
No.
Early in life.
Couldn't tie him, dude.
When I was at least 8.
Wasn't even potty trained.
At least 8.
Yeah, that was a fun year. Junior year was probably my favorite year of school.
Okay.
Senior year was good, like basketball wise, until like shit happened.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What was your favorite year then? You go back to high school.
I mean,
I was so dumb for taking AP Euro sophomore year.
For sure. Same here. That's what
I talk about that all the time.
I would go back. I would go back to high school and just coast.
The trip to Euro.
With a 4.0. With like 3.8.
Your trip to Europe.
Go to like yeah. So we took this class where
I should have taken
that. We're at the end of the year. You get to go to Europe, but for some reason, no one like took into the fact that you had to pay for it.
$3,000 was.
$3,000.
Actually, in hindsight, that's actually a pretty good price for what we were.
I heard like whatever.
I don't know.
I forgot what her teacher's name was, but I heard like she would, like she'd be with you guys for like an hour, and then be like, all right, guys,
enjoy Europe.
I mean, I'd be the same thing. Like, if I was a teacher, I would not want to be on vacation with my students.
She had a planned curriculum, but yeah, it sounded like a blast and something you really could take advantage of.
Yeah.
I remember Enno fell asleep taking the final on that class and still got a better score than me.
Dude, I guessed the entire time and got a 32 out of 35 to not fail.
I remember you talking about that.
She pulled me up and I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I fucked this test because I was not going to be able to play basketball.
Yeah.
And
I remember 35 on the final?
Bro, yeah. And she did the thing where she she made the test to be like the AP test.
Yeah.
So of course. Because it's like practice.
So if you got that on the AP test, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, they would have been like, "Oh my god, this guy's a god." But like I took
Harvard,
it,
you're in.
I'm so fucked. And I think I had like a D.
Yeah.
Like low D, like almost an F, to where like if I did bad,
I
would have been pushed over to the F. And she like talked to me and she's like, "Yeah, you got a 32 out of 35. You must have studied really hard." She's like, "I can't fail you now." And I was like, "Okay." And she's like, "You studied really hard for it." I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. It was awesome. But,
lucky.
Like, it was
luck.
because I remember I'm pretty sure like at the end I was just basically circling in C. Like C, B, C, B. Like that's all I was doing.
Dude, I wonder
See, that logic never works.
She did that on purpose. She set up the answers
but it worked. I mean,
B's.
But I'm saying like, have you?
Yeah, to trick you because you like go and you're like, it can't be B again.
I'm a test. I'm like, this is B. This is B. I'm like, this is.
But that
sense.
logic.
Oh, B. Like, I uncircle some of them and just change it to C because I felt uncomfortable with
it. That's what I'm saying.
She's like, it was 12 B's in a row. I'll never forget that. It was like 12 B's in
That's
a row.
That's so stupid.
So rude.
That was fun.
I honestly don't remember like high school classes in general.
Really?
Not a lot of them.
I slept through a lot of them.
No, I wasn't drunk. But like,
just terrible. Did we ever have any classes together?
I don't know. Did we? Maybe freshman year.
We had health.
Homeroom together. We had health.
When was Miss K.
Oh yeah.
Remember because we kept shoving shit in that hole in the portal?
Oh yeah, dude, that thing was endless, dude.
We shoved like remember those yogurt bites? We shoved that shit in there, orange peels.
Jeez.
Like did so much stuff. And it never boiled over. We just kept dumping shit.
It just never disappeared, dude. Just drop it in.
I don't know, man. That was some vortex, man.
Yeah, I remember Ray called me while we were in class. He's like, "You want to go to a Blazer game?"
Oh yeah,
like,
dude.
Yeah, dude. He's like, "I just won Blazer tickets." It's like, sweet.
Yeah.
Like, okay, there's only one thing. We have to get the bobblehead. We have to show up early and get the bobblehead. It's like, okay, well, we could do that. We get there, and like as we go through the door, they pass out the last one. Because we had to get one. The last one. We only needed one.
Okay.
Because the person that gave us the tickets said, you guys got to go early so you can get this for me.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah. That's lucky.
And so I was like, okay. And we got there and they passed out the last one. And we were like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, we don't have this thing. And I remember we sat down and we like looked and like several families had like 7.
And we're contemplating.
And I'm like, dude, I could take one right now. Like, they'll not know. I'll take this one. And then Miss K, who was the one who gave us the tickets, walked down and she had one. She's like, it's okay, I got one. We're like, oh, thank God. And it was supposed to be. It was the last year that the Supersonics were a team because it was supposed to be the Kevin Durant, Greg Oden.
Completely remember that now.
Yeah, we went with Scott too.
Yeah, because I remember we were late because we had to get food, and when we got to the Blazer Arena, Miss K brought us up to the suite. Said, "Hey, you guys can have food."
Yeah.
I'm like, oh well, damn.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'll probably say for me, senior year was fun.
Yeah, it was
Freshman year was fun because it was just so.
Was it lax? Yeah, because you came from a small private school.
From private school kid, yeah.
And that was what I was going to touch on for the basketball tryouts. Was like a bunch of us had left and played for like an AAU team. Basically, we created our own AAU team, and Ray was playing for like the Metro League, like Aloha team. Yeah. And so when all of us who were on that team, and then the ones who were on the Metro team like merged, it was like kind of a rivalry, but like also just I don't know what you'd call it. Because it wasn't like we were like mad at one another or whatever, but it was like I need to prove better than you.
I remember that people were talking about you.
Flex on them.
People were talking about you when we were like in 8th grade.
Because I was nice when I was young. Then I got good, shit,
bro. and that's when we tried. I'm like, all right, let's try to go super hard against them. But our coach said, you can't try too hard because
you'll die.
Because you'll die.
You gotta go 85%.
The same dude who taught that girl.
Yeah.
What the fuck was her name, dude?
I remember it. I don't know. I remember it. But
I know her last name.
I know.
I don't want to say her last name.
I know both names right now, dude.
I know her last name.
Head.
Say it.
No, dude.
I gotta look it up on Facebook.
Why?
I mean, because no, dude.
All right. Someone's gonna post it and just be like, "This is who it was."
I mean, if it.
I know John's gonna remember.
I could be wrong, but
John listens to the podcast.
Oh, for sure, he probably remember.
Yeah, he knows.
If he listens to the podcast, he'd remember that.
Yeah, he'll tell me.
Because it was his class.
Yeah,
the speaker.
Yeah.
I don't know why it just popped in my head her name, but
didn't John like during a fugitive game like run and fall with his shirt off and he like basically like road rash his nipple off?
Dude, come on, man. Oh.
Ouch. Do you remember that?
I don't.
Did you ever play Fugitive?
I did a couple times.
Did you?
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah.
I stopped right before they got really insane, where they start shooting like blow darts and like BBs and stuff. Like,
yo, they
calm
shot
down,
metal, frozen paintballs.
No, metal blow darts too. Like, dude, calm down, man.
Yeah, what was his name? The guy who lived next to you, Kevin, Greg.
Yeah.
Asian kid.
Yeah.
He got shot in the neck with one of the blow darts.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know. She's nutty, dude. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna stop doing that. I made it.
That's like assault with a deadly weapon, bro. Yeah. Like, seriously, not a joke.
That stuff was stupid,
dude. Got hit in the eye?
We duct taped Josh Grigsby to a tree.
No,
did you really?
Yeah, that, and someone duct taped some other chick. Like, hardcore, just left there in the sidewalk. Just duct tape, just like, what are you guys doing, dude?
Dude, like, I remember because we found him, and he was like, oh, please. And we, like, held him up. Like, his feet were off the ground, and we duct taped him to the tree. It's like...
Dude, high school kids are savages, man. But man,
it's such a crazy different era too. Like, we could do whatever we wanted.
I wonder what they're doing now. Like, we wouldn't know. Like, the kind of like Fugitive or whatever.
Yeah, like what they're playing.
Yeah, we wouldn't know because we're old as fuck.
They're not doing anything.
Dude, I'm almost 27.
Bro, our high school reunion.
We're closer to 30, bro.
I was talking to someone who's
20. I got bummed out when I turned 25.
Why is that?
I got bummed out when I turned 25.
Why is that?
I'm like, fuck, dude.
Dude, I was talking to someone about like what 5-year plan. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be like 30.
My 5-year plan is don't die. Like, that's it.
Dude, 30?
Dude, it's crazy. I'll be 32 in 5 years.
Mm-hmm. We all are.
I'm getting anxiety thinking about it. Can we change the subject?
No, you're young, bro. 30's still super young.
Yeah, I guess.
You can live for another 30 years after that. That's insane. You're like halfway through your life. That's a lot.
60? You're trying to die at 60?
No, I'm just giving you an example, bro.
I mean, not bad.
With modern medicine, dude, you're making it pretty far. So
yeah, I mean, who knows what happened in 30 years? We could be fucking
maybe
robots.
Elon Musk can do his like
cyborgs, dude.
data
replacing
transfer.
our organs with some. Yeah.
Elon Musk would probably argue that we're already cyborgs.
Let's not get into that. That's a conversation that can last a long time.
No, he wouldn't say that.
Yeah, he talks about it all the time. He says our phones are basically an extension of us.
Here we go.
You see that Neuralink shit?
Here we go.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, dude. I think Elon Musk is great, dude.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome.
Just
I love it, dude.
Incredible.
I love when he's on Joe Rogan. He's like, pass me that fucking joint.
Yeah.
Just takes it.
Is it legal?
Dude, the stock of Tesla, after that, dude, just a huge drop.
That's the reason why he got the idea. Because he's probably smoking weed anyways.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Just like, he seemed like he didn't smoke it in a while.
Yeah, he had said he tried it, but like he doesn't normally do it. But Jordan Peele, the guy who wrote Get Out and Us, big comedy guy, he said that he would smoke a lot of weed, and that's when he had ideas for shit. Mm-hmm. But then because he was smoking weed, he could never he felt like he was lazy, like he couldn't do it, like he couldn't write it down. He never worked. Then when he stopped, he then put the dream or like the ideas and dreams and stuff that he had from the creativeness that gave him, and then started doing stuff. But yeah, it was cool to listen to him talk about it.
Dude, I've definitely
heard him talk, but
yeah. I mean, he just talks in like riddles and codes.
The new movie was just something.
Us?
That was weird.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was terrible.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is an allegory for AI. And then someone asked him that, and he's like, nope. I'm like, this movie's trash. It's like, I was like, this is shit. This is a shit movie. And the thing that
he didn't really think that far into it, too. Yeah. That would have been a great idea.
The thing that bugged me, too, was he's like, I'm really excited because I get, like, the first chance to show, like, a black family. And now I'm watching the movie after, like, listening to that interview, and I'm like, they're doing all the same shit the white people did. Like, what is it? There's no difference. The dad acts tough. Dad gets his shit rocked, and then the mom's the badass. That's what it is.
Spoilers, bro.
You know?
I haven't seen it.
You won't like it.
I don't know. When it comes to movies, I get entertained.
You may enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed watching it, but when I think about it, I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
It's trash. Yeah.
It kept me awake when I was watching it. So.
Yeah, it kept me awake, too.
And it was entertaining.
Yeah,
done.
Like, there's some other horror movies that come out. It comes out this weekend.
Does it? What else comes out? Something comes out soon.
Shoot.
Something always be coming out, Ray.
Oh, never mind. It's that computer. That computer part I was talking about earlier.
The computer part comes out, dude.
I'm like, what's on the 6th? Oh, okay.
Man.
The 6th is like 2 days from now.
Yeah,
movies,
Friday.
Bro. I don't know. Movies have been just meh lately for me. I don't know.
What was the last movie that you saw in theaters?
Ooh.
About you?
The new Guillermo del Toro movie. Guillermo. Sorry,
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
It was like a attempt of Stranger Things. That feel, yeah, like this younger, group of kids doing something, and then Scary Stories. It was like it's okay. It was entertaining. It kept me awake.
It should have been a short, season of TV.
Because, you think so, rather?
Well, because Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is a book that's based off short stories, which is what they do in the movie.
Yeah, it's just supposed to be a scary version of like Goosebumps, essentially, right? It's the same.
Yeah, but this is old. Like this is an old thing, like before Goosebumps.
Oh yeah. But that's I just remember in school.
Yeah,
it's like
but
Scary
very
Stories
similar.
and Goosebumps.
Yeah,
like, these are two stories.
It was very similar in the sense that it was supposed to be like juvenile kids, running into like crazy like things, paranormal things, and I just felt like they didn't have enough time to explore each of like the entities that like scared them. And so it wasn't that like if it was a TV like an episode, an hour, 2 hours for that thing, like that arc, it would have been better.
It was cool, but it wasn't incredible. I don't know.
When did that come out? Like a month ago?
Last week, 2 weeks ago?
Man, I think
longer than that.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was July,
you were talking about it.
Maybe early August. Yeah, I watched it. It was all right.
It's September already. So maybe like.
Yeah, time flies, bro.
It does.
Well, the last movie I saw, you might have gave me tickets.
Probably. That was a long time ago.
A year ago. Probably a year ago.
I remember the last time we went to a movie.
No, you didn't see Endgame in theiters?
No, I didn't.
What the fuck? Have you seen Endgame?
Bro,
Oh yeah, you fucking.
Yeah, not everyone knows. But
no, I definitely watched it at the movie theater. Definitely watched it.
The last time we watched a movie was a Transformers movie.
Movie theater in Tokyo.
Bro, remember when I told you I'm like, what the?
That movie was so bad.
Like, why is there like King Arthur in this now?
Dude, I fell asleep twice or three times. I can't remember.
That's when I was watching it. I was watching it with both of you guys when we saw it.
We walked in kind of late, and there was like nights and stuff, and we're like, "Are we in the wrong movie?"
Yeah, like what?
We walked in like, and how about King Arthur and stuff? Like, oh man, this English accent. I was like, where are we, man? That was crazy.
Yeah. It was terrible. It was so
Oscar winning.
Yeah.
I'm going to go find the wizard. That's what they kept talking about. The wizard.
Merlin or whatever.
We walked into the wizard movie.
Wasn't he like
what is this?
Yeah.
What is this junk?
That was a long time ago, actually.
That was a long time ago. That was like 2 years ago. Minimum.
Hey, we gotta watch a movie soon then.
It's 2020
Fast
next
and
year.
Furious 9.
Fast and Furious 9.
I fucking refuse. We watched Fast and the Furious. Which one together? The last one that came out.
It was entertaining though. We were laughing. It was nuts.
Was that?
Oh, dude, hysterically laughing.
It was good.
Fast
Dominic Toretto, bro.
Fast 5 was the last.
Driving in Cuba, fucking speeding. His car starts to catch on fire. Goes in reverse, ties some shit together while still in the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Smokes the car in reverse, jumps out of the car while it's going full speed, and then launches itself into the water.
I like it.
Great scene. It's terrible.
I wonder how much that scene cost them.
Yeah, too much. Probably a figure that would piss you off. You're like, really, dude?
Dude, they make their money back.
They make the money. I get it, and it can be entertaining.
Honestly, Fast 5 was a super good.
Yeah, the first one's by far still the best one.
I think it's crazy.
With that Danza Kuduro. You guys remember that song?
No.
Look it up.
Danza Kuduro?
YouTube it.
Ray can't remember 4 years of his life, but he can remember one song in Fast 5.
What are you talking about? I remember. I remember.
That was part of his high school band. They played like 20.
You know what bullied me all the time.
You know what bully you?
Yeah.
You didn't get bullied.
No, I didn't get bullied.
You bullied us. Ray invented ghosting. You realize that?
Oh, that's true.
Did I?
Yeah, Ray would be like, "Yeah, let's hang out," and you text him, ghosted.
Yeah, I was definitely pretty bad in high school.
Yeah, you're definitely better now, pretty bad. For sure. Yeah, you just like your alone time, but we were like, Ray, just say that.
Yeah, I should have.
You want to go out? No.
Yeah, but then we would like
show up his house on Halloween. But we were kids,
yeah.
The roof and stuff.
Yeah,
and just,
I remember one night I was watching TV, right?
Room.
And I'd hear noises. I look outside and I see my dad's car light is on the inside. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I would walk upstairs and I see you guys like on the freaking roof. I'm like, what the heck is this?
And you have the window open, dude.
And then I saw someone in the middle of the lawn wearing like the Freddy Krueger mask. Is that the guy
with
the
Jason?
nails? Yeah.
Oh no, Hellraiser.
But then it was one of you guys wearing like a freaking Aloha sweater. I was like, okay.
No, I was wearing a.
It was you,
Under
yeah.
Armour.
And then I recognized
hoodie,
that. I was like, all right, Mitch, come on out.
Yeah.
But that
was like
pretty funny.
8 of us or something.
Oh, at least like a small army to just like steal Ray from his house.
Now the real question is like, did I end up going out? Though?
You did, dude.
Did I?
That's the only way to get you out. Yeah.
All right.
We did a bunch of stupid stuff when it snowed.
Ryan smacking your window.
Oh yeah, smacked the window, broke. Shit.
Why,
He
bro?
broke it, and my parents didn't even question why it was broken.
They're just like,
fixed
dude,
it.
we're like, oh, your parents didn't even know.
You could do anything at that point.
Just like, what?
You guys remember when we went for pancakes? It's
Yeah, at Sherry's when they had like 10 pancakes for a nickel. Remember that shit?
Yes.
During summer?
That was insane during football.
Yeah.
Yeah, they canceled that pretty quick. I remember it only lasted for a few weeks.
I remember I threw that pancake across the room to someone's
That's the same night. That's the same night where your parents didn't even know we showed up.
That was. I think it was Mitch's plate.
Where were we till 3 a.m.?
At least like 10 feet.
What?
I threw that pancake straight right onto your plate.
Dude. Yeah,
at least Brad's 10. Plate.
No, was it Brad's?
Yeah, we flipped Brad's plate.
And then I tried to do it again,
pancakes.
and I just
it was like burning Brad's foot, like the chocolate chips that was in it.
Oh, what was it, man? Yeah, I don't know. You can do whatever in that house.
Let me ask: if you guys could go back in time to like a time period of your life, where would you want to go?
Of your life, not just any time period.
Of your life.
Oh, it makes it even harder, man. If it's a time period, it's easier.
Really? Yeah. What time period we go to?
See if Jesus Christ is real. Easy.
Well, it's documented that he was a real person.
I thought it was documented that he isn't. A lot of historians who existed at that time period.
I'm pretty sure like Aristotle or someone wrote that like Jesus of Nazareth was crucified.
But Aristotle was well before Jesus Christ.
Who?
Aristotle.
I might be wrong on that, on him.
And Pluto? Not Pluto.
But it was someone, yeah. But I mean...
Or the digress. This is a whole different subject. But
that would be cool.
Yeah, what time frame would you go back into in your life?
Dude, if I went back, I would die.
Well, for what?
Way too hot, bro. Just burned in the desert. Too white. You guys would make it.
What you talking about? I'm talking about in
your time.
I'm talking about in your time
lifetime.
Period, in your lifetime.
Your lifetime.
Oh no, I was saying if I went to that time period that you wanted to go to, I would die.
I was like,
yo, sunscreen is not invented at that time.
Yeah, I'd be fucked, dude.
Did you see the clothing they wear? That's the reason why it exists. It's protect you from the sun.
It's coming back now, probably.
Yeah, maybe
$1,000 a rag.
Yeezys.
$1,000 a rag.
But my time period, I don't know, man. It's tough.
I would go with bottled water. What's up, guys?
From your childhood, from your lifetime, what would it be?
Oh man,
from your own life, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, from your other one.
From your deja vu life. I would probably go back to like, I don't know, when I was like 15, so like high school, early high school.
Do you just live a certain time period, or you go back to that time and relive all that period? Because
no, you're back.
Or like I'm 25 or 27 at that time. Or what?
Yeah,
what's the rules of this game?
So like, I mean, more complicated than you end up being, man. That's typical.
Dude, you know how many times I've done that? I'm like, what would you do if there was an apocalypse? And people are like, well, do I have my axe in my hand?
Bro, I'd be so dead if there's apocalypse. Like once my inhaler like is,
I'm done. There's two extremes.
I'm done. Yeah.
What kind of zombies you're dealing with? We're dealing with Walking Dead, and I don't think.
See, we didn't even say it. Zombies. We just said apocalypse. He's like zombies.
I always, whenever I watch scary movies and they're hiding underneath the bed, I'm like, what if one of them is wheezing? Like,
yeah, that's what
you're hyperventilating for sure.
You with Ray,
just getting caught.
Just get in the closet, be quiet. You like sit there super quiet. Ray's like, fuck. You can never be in like a Camp Crystal Lake situation with Ray, because you would run and be like, okay, we're gonna fucking hide in the truck. Shut up. That'd be kind of a funny clip.
Just hear my inhaler go off.
Oh man, that's perfect, dude.
Yeah.
Like Tucker and Dale vs. Evil kind of shit, dude.
Oh, dude, I remember watching that movie and
I recommended to you that.
Yeah, I was dying. He just threw himself in the wood chipper. I watched that movie with my mom, and she was like, "What is this?" And then she was like, "Oh my gosh, this movie's hilarious."
Yeah, my mom was cracking up too. You know, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
What movie?
Dale and Tucker vs. Evil.
I was like telling him, "You gotta watch this horror movie." He's like, "Why?"
It's like a comedy horror movie where it's like these guys, like it's like the comedy people like are in their own comedy movie, but then like horror stuff is just happening around them without them realizing it. Kind of like that, not really, but sort of.
It's like your typical college slasher movie, but with twists
and like on accident. Pretty much.
Everything was an accident. It was fantastic.
It was really funny. Yeah, it was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is.
Is it an older movie?
Yeah, now.
In 2015, 2013.
It's an older movie.
Yeah. I guess now it's old.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking old.
Your birthday is next week.
Bro, you just said I was young. You're freaking me out.
Your birthday's next week.
Back. Tuesday, yeah.
27?
27. Everyone my family keeps asking me what I want for my birthday, and I honestly can't think of anything.
Socks.
No. I'm selfish in that sense. I don't ask what I need.
People ask me for like, my parents ask for Christmas or like, I don't know.
I don't know. Like I have so much shit. It's so much different when you have your own money, because like throughout the year you just buy the shit you want.
I don't know. I feel comfortable asking for.
What is that? What would you want for Christmas this year?
You ask me?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I have no clue, man. It's a tough question.
It's hard. You guys were supposed to have stuff in mind so you could tell me. That was the whole point of this.
Well, we're getting you.
Well, I brought you guys here for this reason.
What does Mitch want for his birthday?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I have no idea. Like, there's some D&D stuff I could probably ask for, but I already have a lot of D&D stuff that I don't utilize all the time.
Send you a picture of like me or something. Just like
a picture of yourself for him.
Oh, dude.
Okay, dude. I see you.
What? That reminds me. I'll just show you guys something.
Did you share? Yeah.
Was I with you? I was with one of you guys, I think, when I was talking about this. You guys know the pictures of like girls in like in like bathtubs, and they wear like lingerie or they're like naked, but they like have like
I didn't know that.
The water's like milky.
What?
Like it's like a milky color. It's like gray, and so like you can't see anything.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Like soap water.
Yeah, but like it's like a milky color.
Okay.
Like you know what I'm talking about?
I actually really don't.
You really don't?
No, Rihanna. Rihanna was in a music video and a pool water like that.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think that's what you're talking about, right?
Similar to that.
Yeah.
Like just you know where they like fucking
they
do the shit. So it was Jesse's birthday the other day.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was house sitting with Tanya at one of over here in Arbor, and there's like this really nice tub, and so I was in like a bubble bath, and so I moved all the bubbles like on my shit, and I took funny. like you know like scandalous racy photos. Yeah, I had Tanya take them of me, and I sent them to Jesse. He was like, "Happy birthday, bro!" Yeah. He was like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And I was like, top 10 funniest things I've ever done.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, post it. Yeah,
you want to see them?
And the other thing too is like I've obviously like I'm not like fat, but I've gained weight, and so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna push my shit out, so I look disgusting.
Oh god!
Hold on, let me see.
I was like, dude,
what did he say? What did he say?
Dude, that's some things I can't repeat, but just like he's.
Which is in the moment kind of humor, dude.
Yeah, like, and it was one of those things where I've always wanted to do something like really stupid like that, like just funny, stupid. But I've always been like too self-conscious, so I take it and send
Instagram,
it. Oh no, that's too far. I'll show like friends and stuff.
That's super funny though.
Well, no, dude,
that's hilarious.
Someone's gonna see that and ban the shit out of me,
and that's forever.
We don't
that's forever.
How would you get banned for that, dude? I was the one chick that sold her bath water, dude. You could do that,
dude. That's a crazy. I've talked about that too. It's insane.
Would you do it? Would you do something weird like that?
Sell my bath water?
I mean, she's hustling. Let's be real.
If you get paid for it,
dude, I don't blame her.
Yeah, I judge the people buying
it. Yeah.
If she wouldn't be doing that, then that shit didn't sell. Let's be real. It's plain and simple.
Yeah, if she started making it and no one bought it, she'd stop. Yeah. But people were like, how much is it? I'll pay $1,000 for that shit.
Super weird.
Dude, it's nutty, dude. It's nuts to me.
Like, I watched the video. She was like taking the bath water, like drinking it and spitting it in the cup, tying it off. I'm like, what the fuck? And someone's like, oh, people, yes, dude, sell it to me right now. What?
Some different people.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know what you would do. Someone's stream. Just
what would you do with that, dude? That would be funny for a stream, though. Look what I got. Other than that, dude.
Yeah, weird.
It's weird. There's a lot of weird people, man.
Yeah, the internet really shows that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Being around Twitch. Oh yeah, you get to see a lot of weird people, man.
Yeah. You say you get to see a lot of weird people on Twitch?
You do see a lot of weird people. I've met a lot of really cool people.
A lot of people we interact with in real world could be those people too.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe the internet is just showing it more. They've always been weird.
Yeah, I mean the internet's show like
I've always been weird, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Not that weird. You. Like that's weird, dude. That's like creepy to the level. It's like,
yeah, I've never been like that.
Yeah, fuck, dude.
Like never in my life have I ever been like, man. You know what would just complete my life? If I just had some gamer girl water.
Done.
So weird. You know? It's a weird thing, but I don't know, man. You know, talk to us a little bit about like the chapter of your life where you were streaming and playing games.
So from like the point where it started, essentially.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's go with that. Okay. So I've been streaming. Okay. Let's just start from freshman year of college. I fell into Twitch because I wanted to become a StarCraft 2 player. It's kind of like a chess game, a little more complicated, RTS, real-time strategy game.
Yeah.
So that's where I got, curiosity from. Like I wanted to learn. I was getting into it. I was watching these streamers who were professionals. They're making a living from playing video games.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Was going through school, doing well in school. Something happened towards my junior year of school where it's like, I don't know what I want, right? I don't know. Something weird between like 20.
How could you? You're 20 years old?
Yeah, even when you're 18, I envy people who know what they want to do when they're 18.
Yeah, me too.
Sure. I think it's nuts. Like, awesome. Me? No. It was tough, right? There's so many things I wanted to do, and people keep telling you gotta just pick one of those. Like, damn it, man. Like, why? I want to do all these things.
Yeah.
Reality, you just can't. But anyways, so I got to I saved up enough money. I bought my first computer, and I started gaming a little bit more, taking it a little more serious, getting into the hardcore gaming life, and then got into Twitch. Started streaming because I like the aspect that I want to get good enough to teach people to get at the same level. Mm-hmm. I thought, like, if I can teach people to get at the same level as me, it's only going to make me even better because there's better people to play against. But then something happened where I quit, right? And I had 2 jobs, and I was going to school, and I did poorly in school because I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I want.
Yeah. You're in school because you thought it was like the
right thing to do. What you wanted to do. More for my parents and myself. I was terrified. I was terrified of the fact that I wake up every day doing the same job, same task every single day.
Yeah.
Our parents seemed like they're okay with that. I didn't at the time.
Yeah.
So that really just messed with my psyche, with my mental state, which I did poorly in school, and it just, trashed that shit. So essentially, I quit gaming for 6 months, went back to school in the fall, and then Mitchell here, right? This is around 2015.
Yeah.
This is right before TwitchCon.
Yeah. He's
like, yo, we need one more player.
No, this would have been after TwitchCon because we haven't met Paladins yet.
True. This is 2016.
It was,
Sorry. This is the fall of 2016 because I have the grades there where I failed and I just failed my entire fall. This is the time where I was like, I don't know what I want to do. So yeah, essentially you brought me back. 6 months, didn't play games. This guy hits me up, Mitchell. He's like, yo, I need a fourth. You played Cassie back in the day. You want to do this? I'm like, dude, I don't know. I quit for 6 months. I remember telling you this. I don't play video games anymore. I give it a try. Did well. I was like, dude, this seems fun. This is really fun. Playing with a group of people, communicating, being competitive towards something. I was doing porn in school. I just had a job. And then I picked up from there. You were busy with work. I mean, working long hours. So then I started taking it a little bit more serious. I wanted to get the team going. We were 4th. I wanted to be 3rd. What do we need to do to become 2nd? And then hopefully take on the first team.
Yeah.
I know those guys. Those guys in the first team ended up being teammates of mine later down the road because I worked my ass off, and I really hard focus. But at the end of the day, it was a huge experience where I came to wherever you decide to go in life, it just becomes a job, and it just hindered. What I'm trying to say is it just became very difficult.
To do other aspects.
Gaming became work. Essentially, it's really weird to say, but
you have to travel to so many places.
That was the incentive, right? After I went to Valencia, right?
Valencia.
Yeah. Not only did I go, I won the major tournament with the most viewers, with the highest player base at the time.
Which makes you guys what?
One of the strongest teams at the time period, right?
It was so awesome. I was home. I was live tweeting the whole thing on Twitter and Facebook and recording it. I was like,
at the time, so much fun. At the time, that attracted.
I wasn't even playing, having fun.
Regardless, name another person that you know that's been the best at something in the world.
At the time period,
just in general.
No, not like LeBron, right?
Everyone knows personally,
that
you're the only.
You know what I mean?
I guess it's something. Yeah, sure. It's unique. I don't know.
That's something.
I don't know. It was cool, but at the same time, it's a small game, so I can't go around flaunting and saying it was a.
I mean, you can't do it in a sense of you can't be I used to be a world champion, but you can be I fucking did that.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of it. I mean, it was part of my bucket list. Long story short, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I created this huge bucket list that I wanted to do. One of them was win a major tournament. Back in my mind, it was poker. It ended up being video games. Thanks to Mitchell, he brought me back into this world. Awesome. And I went back to Twitch. Yeah, so a huge credit does go to Mitch. He brought me back into it.
That's why I asked. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, of course. He just wanted to know.
I remember when Enno first told me about Twitch, I literally remember being in the car off Farmington and 170th. I remember the moment. He's telling me about it. I'm like, you are so fucking stupid.
I remember this.
Just the idea itself?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, you stream. People stream the game. People watch them. I'm like, okay, so 90% of the audience is male. Without knowing anything about it. Just the first time I heard it, it's so you're not really hitting everybody. Why would anybody watch somebody play a game when they can just play the game themselves? And I remember Enno going and being he was didn't even try to convince me shit. He was like, you're fucking dumb. Go look at it because people are doing it. So shut up. And I was like,
yeah, it's gonna make $1 billion. It's gonna make $1 billion soon, dude. Yeah, I remember telling you.
And I was like, all right. And then
it's happening. It's happening. It's making way more than that.
Yeah, and then so this was to piggyback back on Ray's question about what time period we go back to in our own lives. Mm-hmm. Do you think, how different do you think like your life would be, or your life, if you knew where esports was going to end up when we were back playing Halo as much as we were?
If I started more my freshman year of high school, and I was already great at games. I was fantastic.
You were always been good.
I was freaking nutty at Call of Duty.
Yeah.
If I had that same ambition I did when I was 23,
yeah,
I would be light years better than I am now, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would have put more effort into it, but I found out that it still isn't what I want to do in my life. And it's been a huge experience. Great to travel. The biggest incentive was traveling for me. Yeah. It wasn't to play games for a living. It was to travel while playing games. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Got to Vegas. China was promised because this game was huge in China, enormous. Yeah. That was the biggest player base. Cool. That was like hell. Yeah, I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. I want to do this. I'm going to join this team, G2 Esports, which was awesome. One of the biggest orgs in current esports.
Yeah, in a whole.
Yeah,
they're huge. Yeah,
dude, did I tell you I got an article made of me?
No.
So my middle name is Israel.
Yeah.
So gaming's up and coming is in the country Israel. You know?
Wait.
Yeah. So they thought I was Hebrew, and they asked if I spoke Hebrew. So my team at G2 Esports contacted me. He's like, yo, the IGN Israel is like, they contacted us. They want to do an interview with you. Do you speak Hebrew? I'm like, no, I do not. Like, okay, it doesn't matter. We'll translate it. Just send us an article, and we get a translation and everything. I don't have it saved here, but I have the actual.
What'd they ask you?
So the company, they asked me questions, generic questions like why I got into gaming, what interests me, what was my hobbies beforehand, what was my hobbies. Like, the typical like interview questions like about my life. And, like, it was really cool doing that interview.
Funny.
It was for like one of the bigger organizations of esports, which is IGN, the gaming magazine for Israel. So they translated that. They verified this is what you want to say right in English.
Yeah.
Like, here it is in Hebrew. I'm like, awesome. I can't read this, but thank you. Later on, dude, I haven't looked at it. I didn't even look in that's one of the biggest things. Esports organization, the way they make money, they sell you. Essentially,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's what I remember. I talked to you guys about that.
So one of our sponsors is a big monitor company, a gaming monitor company. So they had me on their website, and I was on that image, like gamer, my pit photo and everything, and just said on Hebrew, and then I read my article. It was a cool experience, right? It was something I've never thought I'd ever get into, but yeah, that's one of the things.
It's really interesting. That's what I mean. Is like,
would you have gone all in? No.
Yeah, if I knew what I knew now, I would have been.
So the question was to you, like
balls deep, bro.
Just balls. But you're kind of picking your manager job over gaming, right? Well, me, I had the freedom, thankfully, because of my parents. Huge
well, no, because at the time it was.
You're a manager.
You're talking about when we're in like high school, like you're talking about later on in life.
He had that opportunity because he asked me on his team, and I was pushing more like we need to do this. We need to come up with ideas.
Colorado, dude.
Was it when you were in Colorado?
Part of it was in Colorado. It was when I came back when it went downhill.
You came back as when I joined the team because you're a manager at
I can't remember the exact timeline, but like there was a point where no, it wasn't the managing, it was streaming.
Yeah.
It was like I only had a certain amount of time to stream, and they didn't want to stream practices, and I was like, well, and again looking back on that now, I would have put streaming aside and I would have played because just to have the experience like he had to like even if it was one time to like get up on stage.
Which I fully think you had the potential to do.
Yeah,
you just needed dedication.
I just needed to stop being an idiot. But it's kind of like
it's hard.
You just don't know.
I was fortunate enough because my parents were okay with it at the time. I don't know why, but thankfully they were somewhat okay with it. When they saw the money come in, they're much better with it.
Yeah,
and especially when they saw me go to Valencia. But it was a huge risk. You had a job and you had
pressure but like now stay. It's like I don't necessarily regret it, but like if I could go back, I would have done it differently. Like I would have been like, oh. Yeah, fuck streaming.
That's part of the learning experience, though, right?
Yeah.
How long were you doing that for?
So 2016 up to that was 2.5 years. It took me half a year to join the number one team, which is the team I wanted to beat. I was just nonstop talking trash. I talk so much trash.
Dude, I remember you used to do that in Halo, where like if we won, you'd be like, "You suck," but if you win, you'd be like, "Get a life."
Yeah,
that's how it always was. It was if you're better than them, like they're they suck ass. If they're better than you, they have no life, and that's all they do. It's
confidence booster, dude. You can't let them, penetrate your ego, dude.
I wish I talked more like shit in like high school for basketball.
It builds your confidence.
Just for like yourself, you know.
I thought you could do that. I'm like, these guys are fucking. Oh, what was her name? I can't remember her name. She's like, oh, Stolzy is so great. Remember that? She keeps like flaunting. I'm trying to pump up my team right now. Please shut up. Like, oh, you guys can't beat them. What was her name?
Was it Mel?
Yeah, Mel, dude. She upset me, dude. I was so pissed off. I wanted to leave the team as soon as she started doing that.
It was Arden. We played for Arden.
Yeah, it was when we played for Arden. Remember that?
What a fucking trash that was.
Yeah.
Dude, this is what happened to us.
Fill me in.
So,
fill me in.
We were at TwitchCon 2016 in San Diego.
San Diego.
Yeah, it was San Diego. And it was
San Francisco.
No, San Francisco was the first year. San Diego was second year.
Okay, yeah.
And we had my Justin, you, me, and Pryler. All four of us were there. And Shindu came later. Shindu was another. Like, whenever I say pretty much most names, it's going to be like username stuff.
Kid, dude.
This guy played with us. He was pretty good.
Oh, he's
at the time. He was good. And so we were missing kind of like one piece of like one other playmaker kind of thing, so that we could move a couple people around to like. For me, like, I wasn't as good as like Enno was on some of the characters, but sometimes the way that drafts went, like I had to play them, but it would have worked out better if he could have. So then we were moving people around so that we could have two really playmaker minded people on those characters, and then the other people who were still good, but to kind of play more of a role, right? Just how like basketball was, right?
Yeah. I like to see it like as linemen. You have the linemen creating space for the carries to carry, but linemen are like a huge factor of the game.
Yeah. So he decides to play with us, and we're killing it. Like we were the third, I think, placed third, and going into like the championship of the tournament. And somehow, some fucking stupid way that they decide to bracket this shit was we played the first seeded team.
It was all completely random.
In the very beginning?
The seeding
in the
was
first,
random.
Yeah, in the championship tournament. And
it
was like
first versus third. Like, we were like, are you serious, bro?
And we're all in a hotel. So we're playing on hotel Wi-Fi with all of our own shit. So, like, we didn't expect to win it, but we expected to play, like, the 18th team, because there was, like, 40 teams or whatever, and then play, like, the 12th team, and then play, like, the 7th team.
We were expected to go pretty far.
Pretty
easily.
But then we played the fucking first team.
Yeah.
And the guy, Shindu, who was supposed to play with us, said that his grandma was in the fucking hospital.
Yeah.
Okay? But his grandma wasn't in the hospital. He went and played for a different team under a different name.
What the heck?
And so then we had to bring in our sub, who was okay, but wasn't on the caliber. Like, we pushed to third because we had changed the roster.
Yeah, we pushed to third because we changed the roster, and I was a friend of the team beforehand. And we asked him to step down, not step down, but like to become a sub.
Yeah, he was more of a friend
really
to like. It was awkward, and then like as soon as we like had lost, they had already asked him to like be main roster spot, and we were like,
the dude that said his grandma
we were looking
was
for a new main roster, so I forgot that, and then you were the voice of the team
captain, and I got because you know me,
I'm
not gonna let people walk over me, and I'm not gonna let people like.
You let them know.
I let them know. And they did not like me, bro. I know for a fact, like, Pete hated me. Yeah, because anytime Pete would do something, I'd be like, dude, no. Like, we're not doing that. And like, he was, like, the org kind of leader. And I was, like, the team captain.
Uh-huh.
So, and I was like, if you're going to make decisions based off my roster, you ask me. Like, I was, like, super, like, you do this shit. And
he was the voice of the team, too. So, like, he come to us, talked about, and he voiced for us.
Yeah, but then he also was like, oh, we'll get sponsors. We'll do this stuff. Never got shit. And it's like, Pete,
he did
work.
Was he did get your sub button. He didn't do shit.
He did get the sub buttons, yeah. I was so hyped about that.
You guys got it. I didn't get it. Screw those people.
You guys were like full on it.
No, I did not. I got it from G2.
Wow.
No, I got it from Astro.
Yeah.
And then G2 took it.
Yeah, it's just a crazy thing to me. Like, and I've talked about on the podcast before, like being like noticed or being like someone recognizes me. It's like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, it's like, dude, that's insane to me. I never thought in my life I would ever get there, like to that point, and somehow that happened. And I was like, I'm in this weird place, right?
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't. Where the people who I was with, like, I shouldn't have been the one that was noticed or recognized. Like, it should have been somebody else. So it was like really cool. That was a fun trip at Atlanta.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we got destroyed, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was a bummer.
Did you guys end up losing
their major issue
in the first round?
Oh, yeah. We got slaughtered in the hotel. We had like 220 ping. Can't do shit.
So, like, how does that work out then? Like, you all just go to a hotel, but, like, play...
Oh, we got wrecked.
We got I remember I was so pissed because I was talking to the people and I was like, why the fuck were we placed with the first team? Because
even the people in the first team were like, yo, sorry, this is dumb.
Did they just like, oh, it's
they're
just,
like, it's random. And it was like, you're running a professional tournament.
What's the point of having a seed?
We had a placement beforehand, and what was the point of the randomness?
What's the point of
it was ridiculous.
Seeds if
that
it was weird.
Hi-Res, they have some great ideas, but they're sometimes feels like they're run by buffoons, dude.
Honestly. Yeah,
and they're my ex-employers, but still, dude, it was ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you can't speak truth to it. Like, it is what it is. Like, I mean, I'm sure that they might be even the first ones to say like, yeah, like we fucked up during these moments. Yeah, maybe they won't because Hi-Res seems to like stick to their guns and they just do their shit.
I don't know. They keep coming up with some really good games, popular at the moment, and they just find a way to trash it, just destroy it somehow. It just makes everyone walk away from the game. Yeah, surprising.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but I still have fun with it. I play it from time to time, but not that much anymore.
I played it for the first time like a few weeks ago, in like 7 months. 7 months.
Do you have fun, or was it like nah?
It was okay. Game got a little better. Yeah. Like, just.
Do you still enjoy video games then?
Me, yeah, I still play quite a bit.
Yeah.
What are you playing right now mostly?
I actually started back into WoW Classic.
Yeah, because it just came out.
Dude, I don't know. I didn't think I was gonna like it so much, but it's like the right level of like casual to you gotta be paying attention. Somewhat nostalgia. But I was okay at it back in it, but now I'm a little more.
Yeah, you understand games more.
I'm paying more attention. I was more into it. I'm reading the quests and stuff. It's like D&D, dude. It literally is. Like Al is really into to play D&D. Yeah.
Who is?
Al.
I play. Yeah.
For D&D, he's like really into it. So he convinced the entire.
I gotta get Rand to play D&D.
I play 2K.
I gotta get you and play D&D.
I think I've played.
Orange juice. Doug said he'll play.
Dude, I think I've only had 2 games.
What if you do a group with a bunch of old friends, dude? How crazy would that
D&D?
be? Yeah, how nerdy and how great would that be? Just for one.
Have you seen the Community? TV show?
No, everyone tells me I need to watch it.
You need to watch that episode.
The D&D.
Yeah, that's super funny.
Yeah, Doug's full in. Like he's like, yeah, let's do it.
I think it's fun. It actually is. It's surprisingly fun. Trust me.
Playing with Enno though is like you're playing with an action generator.
Like he does what you
bro. It's my character, bro. I'm a character.
You're like, oh, what should we do? Rolls the dice. He's like, I'm gonna slice that person's head off. And you're like, why? What? Why? No, don't do that. And he's like, already did it.
Bro, and that's what he would do in like Halo. He'd go for it. And be like, what are you doing?
But like just silly things that are super fun. It's actually like somewhat of like a fun way to play because it never gets stagnant. Sometimes in D&D you get where you overcalculate a decision. Should we open the door this way? Should we open it that way? Should we open the window while we're opening the door to confuse people? You know, like you try and do that kind of stuff, and like you get there's like a term for it, but you just get you overthink everything. And almost every time that there's a puzzle, I used to think I was good at puzzles, and then I played D&D, and I like look at the puzzle, and I'm like, this shit must be nuts. And then like the DM will literally be like, no, it's actually pretty simple. I'm like, don't listen to him, guys. This shit's nuts. And I come up with like the most insane thing. And he, at the end of it, Mondo will always be like, dude, you create some crazy traps. Because I'm just like thinking of random shit. Yeah.
I don't know.
Nuts, man. You would like it, I think. If you played with a fun group of people that was just like a joke.
Jesse ended up liking it more. Jesse actually ended up liking it more, dude.
Huh? If I was in like a right state of mind.
Right state of mind, like funny, fun.
Dude, get a drink, sip on it a little bit, and just... Yeah. The only way to make it actually fun is to get into character. Because if you sit there quietly, you get bored.
You get out of it what you put into it, 100%. If you sit there and you're like the kid who doesn't dress up for Halloween but goes to a Halloween party and you're just like, I'm here.
Oh, I did do that.
Yeah, but it's not as much fun typically. But if you're in it,
let loose a little bit. Let loose. Yeah, live in the moment.
But I am that guy. Like I never dress up for Halloween.
Are you about to go all in?
In what?
Halloween?
No, I never do. It's like it makes me feel.
Are we a little old for Halloween?
Socially
awkward. I don't think so.
No, we're never too old for anything. That was the right answer. That's what I was looking for, Ray.
Maybe for trick or treating, but not to like go somewhere.
Oh, that's a little weird.
If I opened the door and your ass was there, I'd be like, "Fuck you, dude."
No, I mean that's reserved for kids, but you're never too old to dress and act like a little.
Like, do you want to come inside or?
Yeah.
Like a beer or something.
Yeah, like what's happening? You get an apple, sir.
Yeah. I'm cool with an apple, dude.
For you, like you went to school for what you're basically doing now. Yeah. Well, like in a sense, you went for like product design or whatnot. You're kind of in that. You're in the realm of that. Was there when you were younger? Did you ever like besides like a professional athlete? Because every kid I feel like wanted to be a professional athlete.
Honestly, like I feel like that's like I was thinking, I'm like, why did I go to Loa? And I think it was like I genuinely thought I could go like to the league.
Really?
I mean, there's no other reason for me to go to the Loa aside from like exposure for basketball. Like,
damn, dude.
I don't think of what other reason
your feelings hurt. My feelings are hurt.
Yeah.
I didn't know you.
I don't
we
care.
played in 5th grade together
For like 2 months.
We were homies. No,
Anyways.
we played in 5th grade for like winter league, the normal stuff, and then we played spring.
He was good. Like, which was nice. I was like, damn.
5th grader, long ass hair, balling out.
That was your incentive? Just make it
at least
D1? Was it a league or?
I don't know. I thought I could like.
I don't know if it's being naive or like just.
I thought I could do it.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's not
but
like,
like
you gotta be
growing up,
overconfident.
other than that, I mean, I could see things in my life that I was like into in terms of like creatively and design.
Dinosaurs and stuff.
I just didn't know like that was a thing. You say like what?
Dinosaurs and stuff.
Oh yeah, like that's it's fake, right?
You know anyone else into dinosaurs?
Who?
Not to throw you off the tangent. Dinosaurs.
What about 'em?
Archaeologists. Do you know anyone that's like really into dinosaurs and stuff like that?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know why it popped in my head, but
No, yeah, I haven't met one.
I know Ross.
Yeah, Geller.
You know who Ross
Teaches
is?
some classes and.
was it really?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Way over Eno's head. He doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about. Do you?
Friends, bro.
Okay.
Yo, you played it super
played
good.
It super chill. Yeah, it's like, damn.
I was like, shoot.
He's like, does he really?
I've
Yeah.
watched that show like 3 times now. I've actually watched Friends 6 times.
You gave the response where like you pretended like you knew what we were talking about, but had no idea what we were talking about.
I
at
was
the same
on
time.
Box Office Mojo, which is like where I can see how much money movies make and what they get, how much money is spent on them. And I saw in like early October, there's a Friends 25th anniversary, and it's like the one with the anniversary. You know how they always say the one with, and it's
Talking
like,
about this year?
yeah. But then I looked at all of the IMDb pages of like Jennifer Aniston, David Schwimmer, all those guys, and there's nothing's on it. So I'm like, but there's
They're
like a
not gonna make
runtime,
anything.
and there's like all this shit, and I'm like, what is this?
They still make like 10 mil a year from that.
They do.
Something insane.
They make a bunch of money from all the reruns that are on, and
something
I
insane.
love that
the
TV
streaming
show.
service.
What was it
Yeah,
pushing?
I
Like
like How I Met Your Mother more.
They make about like 8 figures a year from that show alone, or something crazy.
So
like that.
yeah, so from
nutty.
when it originally aired on seasons 9 and 10, which equated to like I think 35 episodes. Each of the main 6 casts were paid $1 million per episode.
Yeah.
And that was because at one point, at like in the earlier seasons, like a lot of them were getting paid more. Some of them, like the one who played Lisa Kudrow, who plays Phoebe, was getting paid significantly less than like Jennifer Aniston. Some of that obviously is, in terms of capitalism, makes sense. Jennifer Aniston's a far bigger star, at the time, and still is. But they said, or they basically unionized and banded together and said, we're not doing it unless everyone gets paid. And they offered them $1 million an episode. So you have to know that they were racking in views, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still a great freaking show that still stands up today.
Yeah, it's still
It
awesome.
really is.
Yeah.
And like Netflix brought it back even more to those people that
Yeah.
couldn't watch it live.
It's getting
Or,
moved
like,
now,
when it
but
first. Oh, it's going to like NBC or
NBC
something.
streaming service, yeah.
Fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
Here we
It's,
go.
everyone's got their own.
It's like cable all over again, man.
Yeah. Crazy how that works.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only extra one that I'll get is, so like, I think a lot of people, have Prime, right? Just mostly for the shipping, to get 2-day shipping. For us, there's a lot like this stuff, the mic stuff, 1 day, same day
Without
shipping.
Prime?
With Prime. With
That's
Prime, it's
crazy.
same day shipping. I order it in the morning, get it by 8 o'clock, which is insane.
That's crazy.
And so then you already have that. Most people have Netflix because it's the first one.
Yeah.
I feel like some people have Hulu, some don't. But like the Disney streaming service is going to be $70 a year.
It's not a lot at all.
And you get like ESPN Plus and like all this other shit with it.
I don't know, man. It's literally like...
But it is
what
like cable
is.
again. Like
what it was before.
How many packages of streaming services do you need to just equal what cable costs you? But
Yeah. How much is cable now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Does it still exist?
We have cable. Yeah, we have.
I think cable is packaged
because
within, like,
we have Xfinity, so they throw
internet
it all
and
together.
stuff like that.
It's $200.
I
Yeah,
remember
we
my-
got rid of ours.
Yeah, my parents like just renewed theirs, and like I called in for them to like just communicate and stuff, and they're like, "Would you want the landline?"
Yeah, we have a landline.
You have like
For my mom's business, yeah.
Oh, okay. But like,
My phone still has a landline too.
and people call your house phone still?
Yeah, they use it.
Yeah,
Surprisingly.
Crazy.
my house too. Like, I'm actually happy we have one because it's kind of like a dead zone for phone calls. They'll drop all the time. So I was like, oh, I'll just call you on home phone.
Do you guys still remember your house phone number?
Yeah,
of course.
Want me to say it? Still have it. Same number.
503. Yeah.
What's your last 4 digits of your?
Yeah. What's your social?
What's your social?
Do you have that memorized? You want to recite it or? Yeah. Well, what else, man? What else were you into? Like besides ball, besides like sports, like nothing that you were like, oh, dude, this would be sick.
I mean, I would be interested in a whole bunch of different like. I would like cool like creative things growing up. I just
like what kind of creative things?
Like whether it be artwork, whether it be like types of clothing, footwear, and
you kind of always been to apparel.
I just never really understood that was a real thing in terms of a job. So like, I remember I reached out to someone that we played basketball with. I don't know if you remember Connor. He went to Hillsborough, but he would go to ballets.
No, I remember him. Yeah.
And so he was doing like industrial design. So I like reached out to him like, what is this?
Yeah.
Because I knew he was like super into like he was doing like footwear sketches and stuff like that. So I reached out to him and he kind of told me like this is a school that can help you get to where you want to go and stuff like that. So I went to school for that. But what I realized is when going to school for like art, like they have you do a whole bunch of different, at least in my situation.
Yeah.
They had you do a whole bunch of different projects, maybe not correlated with what you want to do later on in life. So like I've definitely seen a lot of people say they want to do apparel, footwear design, but in school they have them design like a fucking like toaster or something like that, or like a chair.
Yeah.
You know. So my senior year, I chose classes specifically
you wanted,
open-ended enough to where I can choose what I wanted.
Yes.
So like I would try to twist it so much in a way to connect it to like footwear.
Yeah.
To where So then from there I started to build like what my portfolio and stuff like that. And honestly, the stuff that I have now for my portfolio is stuff I've done after high school.
Yeah.
I mean, after college.
Oh, right.
Which is crazy for me because like I told you earlier, like I could have done the job I have now while in college, which is, I mean, that's shitty, but like that's how it is. So
yeah.
But I don't know. Like I know for sure now I want to get into something in terms of like 3D designing, like concepts, texturing.
Yeah. Which is why you want to get
which I want to get a computer so I can take it up to the next level. But I don't know. I think other than that, like it was either ball, hang out, or like I would admire things that are nice, and then when I realized it was a real thing for like in terms of a profession. Yeah. And then once I narrowed it down to like a category of the profession. Yeah. That's when I was kind of like, all right, what I feel about 3D design stuff is what I felt about like basketball going into high school.
That's cool. That's awesome.
So,
dude, I wish I had that shit.
Yeah.
What?
Like that kind of like passion. Like I have passion. Like I get into like this. You know, like I get into like podcasting. Yeah. I get into like streaming or into like an entertainment forum.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to making money from the stuff so that I can do it as like where it no longer is just like a side passion and it's like my shit. I get to like I always like hit this roadblock that I don't know how to get past. Mm-hmm. Like I hit it and I'm like, fuck. Sometimes it's with the people that I align myself with, like we're going to do this together, right? Yeah, we're going to do this together. You want the same shit I want. Yeah, I definitely want the same shit you want. And then, a month or two goes by, and, like, their passion usually fizzles out before mine. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know what to do. Like, because there were times, I mean, we've talked about it before with, like, Illustrator and Photoshop. Yeah. So, like, I never knew how to do any of that stuff. All the stuff that I've ever had has been given to me. People have made it for me. And then I get stuck because I want to do this thing or I want to create something, but I didn't know how to do it. I needed somebody else to do it for me. And I just never, like, it would fizzle out. And, like, I have passion in a bunch of different places. Like, I've always liked to write and tell stories in that way. I mean, with movies and TV, I've always liked that stuff. But then, like, turning it into not just the thing that I talk about a lot.
I mean,
hard.
That's awesome. Like, that's the hardest part.
He mentioned it before, like envious of somebody who knows what they want to do. They just go do that shit. No, like I'm kind of the same way you are, where I get doing something for like a year, and I'm like, I fucking hate this.
I get bored really quickly. That's
I don't know if I get bored or if I just like after a year, the realization that like I'm not actually doing anything that my heart wants to do.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, I can't do this shit anymore.
My issue, I feel like I can't learn anything else from this place. Where I'm learning just doesn't feel useful, and that's when I get bored real quick.
Yeah, I feel like there is a lot of still like useful things that I can learn from like being IT, but it's not.
Do you feel that way? You've been there for 6 months.
I mean, like, so like, what would be like the best environment for you to learn to like have a job and still be learning at the same time?
Hands down, I don't know. starting my own company would be like hands down.
I mean, I feel like that's a situation where you could do that. You know, like
we were talking about today too, John and I. Like you can make money doing fucking anything.
Dude, I was
like, if you do it well and you figure out how, like,
you do it smart enough, you can make money from something, or you completely fail. I mean, it's both sides, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, I'm just saying that like the opportunity for money to come in is like there's a lot of there's a huge array in which like video games, that wasn't a thing when we were even in high school.
Yeah,
like you just weren't making money. Now you can make. Ninja was making like $675,000 a month just from subs alone on Twitch.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So like that's an insane number. Can you imagine that? You get a fucking paycheck from Twitch and it's like, here's a fucking $1 million, dude. And you're like, that was 30 days.
Yeah.
It's like insane. So that's what I mean. It's
crazy.
like you can start an Instagram and be like a travel vlogger. You won't make money for a long time, but then you could potentially get trips comped and do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just an insane. And then like when you take something that's useful like coding and like you really fall in love with that type of thing.
Yeah.
And you can create a bunch of shit with that, and especially where the world's going in terms of technology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that's awesome. But like even though I know that and I realize that, like, when I think about it, I'm like, I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what I mean?
That's the hardest part, dude. Trying to figure your shit out to see what you really want to do. Like,
yeah.
That's why
when I've done a lot of different stuff too.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not really a stagnant person.
Mm-hmm.
You have, like, I'm trying to think. Since
I tried
high
MMA.
school,
I've tried streaming. I've lived in Amsterdam. I moved to Colorado. I did freight brokering. I've done the movie theater thing. I'm working for IT. Like I've changed and done a lot of different stuff, but nothing has stuck.
You're trying to find, I mean, essentially you're just trying to find yourself, right? That's
for sure. Switching. It's just like a frustrating thing. You're like, what is it?
Well, you're getting closer every time you find out you don't want to be something. Now you know
you
don't want to be.
Yeah,
so now you're getting a little closer every time. But
yeah, that's a fair thing to say.
Yeah,
I hope that's what.
That's how I look at it, man. I keep like not finding what I want to do. I keep telling myself, yeah, now I know what I don't want to do. What do I want to do? And I try the thing I think I want to do. Sometimes it ends up not being what I want to do. That's okay with me. What's next?
Yeah.
That's why I made this bucket list. I wrote down everything that I want to do. It was a ton of things, and hopefully I fall in love with it. One thing I really do love is traveling, and I
love to travel too.
Yeah.
Where's that one place you would want to go to before you die?
Right now, we're trying to plan a trip for Tanya's 21st. I think we're gonna go to Hawaii, but like if like money wasn't an obstacle, right? And I could go anywhere.
If money wasn't a factor.
I would probably I think it's called what's the fucking place where I want to say it's like Bali. But
India?
No, where the fuck is it? It's like on the coast in like Asia.
Fiji?
And but it might be Fiji, but there's probably millions of places that are like this or like around. But it's like the bungalows on the water.
On the water, yeah, I know exactly.
And
what
like
you're talking
your
about.
room is like under the water,
That'd be
and like a
super
plexiglass thing. Like I've always wanted to do that for a vacation. I honestly would love to go back to Amsterdam. I loved Amsterdam. It's like Colorado has a very similar vibe to Oregon as well. I've obviously had bad experience in Colorado, but Amsterdam felt like home, where Colorado didn't.
Interesting. Really? Does it feel like more home
than
it is here?
And I was in like, dude, that's the one thing is like people complain to me about Beaverton a lot. Not a lot, but like, you know, I want to get out of Beaverton. I don't want to stay in Oregon your whole life. And it's like every time I've left, except for Amsterdam, like anytime I've left for an extended period of time, I'm like, dude, we are so lucky to live where we live.
I've definitely like talked about it with people where like I'd be willing to relocate, but I would love to come back to Oregon. And
the way that I always just look at it is like
I wouldn't mind
where Beaverton specifically, or like kind of in this area, like Forest Grove, whatever, same shit. You're an hour away from the coast, and you're an hour and a half away from Mount Hood. If you want to get to the desert, you have Bend, like desert area, and like you're on the West Coast, beautiful area. Like you have so much shit around you to do.
Yeah.
Where like if you lived in Nevada, what's in Nevada besides Las Vegas that we can name, you know?
Like
Idaho,
like you said, you couldn't.
Reno, but it's like
you couldn't drive an hour to go to the beach.
Couldn't go to the beach. That was the hardest part about being in Colorado. It was like there was no water, and it was like if I wanted to go get sushi, if I wanted to go get sushi, it was like, oh, you want 2 rolls? That'll be $35.
Here we go.
Dude, I pay $1.35 for this shit at home. Like super blessed and like just really lucky. That's why like each time I've left, I'm like, damn, Oregon's dope.
Yeah, Oregon's a cool spot. I don't know.
I don't even like hike. Like I don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But
Amsterdam is cool. I think One thing I didn't like, the red light district was like a little overhyped for me. It was
Did you go
overrated.
to the actual red light?
Like
the real one?
I was like, I can't remember. Big Bull or something like that.
Because there's a lot of small red light districts around Amsterdam.
Really?
Did you partake?
No, I didn't fuck a prostitute.
No, I did not.
No, but like it was it's such a weird thing.
It's so blunt with it, right? Just
it's you walk down the fucking thing and it's like a 3-story building of just glass and windows and girls and I'm not joking when I say like a majority of these girls are like 10s. Like they're good looking girls.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always been picky as fuck. So take that for what it is.
Sorry, dude.
That means damn.
Yeah. But like, but I'm just like, it's such a weird thing to like go like and see that where it's like,
I don't know. Wow, it was weird seeing this guy walk out from there. You just know what just. It's just a weird, different vibe. And people
curtains closed. Dude walks out. Curtain open.
I saw handprints and this freaking. What was it?
Dude,
sweats,
I definitely was like,
oh god, dude.
When I stayed in,
it's weird. It's weird. Yeah, it's a huge culture shock.
Barcelona in an Airbnb. We were definitely in a district where it was like, there's like it was a nice Airbnb, but we didn't realize like the environment, you know.
Yeah.
So you step down, you go outside like at night, and there's definitely like prostitutes just chilling along this like whole row of just.
And anyone try to get your attention?
I mean, people would be like trying to like say what's up, but like we'd be walking on the other side, and then I remember one time. Yeah. We went out, and like for some freaking reason, we were super drunk. And we walked down the whole lane, and we're just like walking like super like, fuck you, we don't want to talk to you. So we go to the McDonald's, and then they're like, they know we're Americans. She's like, can we get the 50-piece now? Yeah. Like we don't sell 50-piece. We only sell like 10-piece chicken nuggets and shit like that.
What's the most McDonald's or any kind of like fast food that you've ever bought with like friends at one time?
Oh, dude, I don't know about McDonald's. I remember we bought like orange chicken, like 5 large boxes.
And put in that bowl.
Yeah, just disgusting.
At Doug's.
Just
we always did weird shit at Doug's. I bought 120 chicken McNuggets from
McDonald's. Poor chickens, man.
From McDonald's. That's not chicken, bro.
What do you mean?
I don't think it's chicken.
What do you think it is then?
I don't know.
At least, yeah. I don't
chicken
know.
paste. Then.
But like,
it's good.
It's tasty. But I had to call ahead.
Yeah.
I had to call McDonald's.
Did you really have to call ahead?
Yeah, I called ahead and was like, hey. Because it was like lunch break for when we were closing Cinetopia at like it was closed. We were gonna be on break, and then we had to clean the theater, and we bought like 120. We had to call and be like, "Hey, we're coming." So have them, because it's like super late most of the time. They're like, "Oh, you want 20 pieces of nuggets? You're gonna wait for 2 hours."
Do you think you could finish a 50-piece by yourself?
Oh no! Like how much time?
50-piece what?
Dude, I eat 10, and I'm like,
bro, I honestly think I could, man.
You can put down food.
Bro.
I can put down food.
I went camping last weekend for Labor Day.
Yeah.
Look what was outside my tent.
Oh, I saw that. Step on that, bro. You might have a superpower or something.
Wait, what? No way.
Yeah, big-ass scorpion.
You're fine, dude. It's big.
Yeah, dude, look at it.
I didn't even...
I'm just teasing you.
I Googled...
Where was this?
That's nutty.
Detroit Lake, so it's like kind of near Bend.
What? I didn't even know if Detroit like had scorpions. They're nutty.
That's what I'm saying.
I knew Oregon had scorpions, but I thought they were like small shit. This was like a fucking and it's so funny. I googled like scorpions in Oregon, and you know how sometimes it will come up with like like this one. This is like what's always clicked on first.
Yeah. But
it was a picture of a rattlesnake, and I was like, is Google stupid? Like I specifically asked.
You start getting ads of scorpions, dude.
Dude, I was at Devin's house. And Devin had this this like tool that like chiropractors use to like to like loosen up their muscles and like shit. And it's like one of the best ones on the market. Like one of his doctor friends or whatever like let him borrow it.
I was gonna say, how does he have that?
Yeah, and we were talking about it.
Yeah.
And not by name, just like, oh, this is a cool thing. Like I like what it's doing, whatever it was. And as soon as I got home, I got on Facebook and there was a fucking ad for it. And I'm like,
dude, they definitely listen in. I've definitely talked about Carl's Jr. or like McDonald's.
First ad on YouTube. It's like, there it is.
Oh, I see. I'm clicking on YouTube right now.
I'm talking about like Blazer games, Blazer tickets.
Yeah, StubHub or whatever it is. Ticketmaster. You're like, what the fuck, dude?
You guys can get ad blocker or something, dude.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I don't know.
It's okay.
It makes me easier to buy the tickets.
It's like an interesting question. Like, is that if you're going to see an ad regardless, is it better to see an ad for something that you want to see because you're talking about it?
In that perspective, I'd say so. obviously you're thinking about like the means of how they got the information, but like the point blank, would you rather see advertisements?
Yeah.
That you
how they get it is like super creepy.
Yeah.
My phone's not on.
But if you'd rather see advertisements that you.
Yeah. Are they actually listening though? Has that been proven?
Well, how else are they getting those information?
Just coincidence?
It could be, dude.
No.
They're pretty smart little AIs, dude. You'd be surprised, man.
No way.
No.
So
they're
how does me not touching my phone for 5 minutes but talking about McDonald's, and then it shows at McDonald's? Like, how does that? What did I do for that AI or something?
Just mostly like McDonald's, man.
You know what I'm getting real mad at though?
What?
Is when I start to listen to music through YouTube, and
it pauses.
That pissed me off. But when it's like 4 ads now, like 4 10-second ads. I'm like, you motherfuckers, dude. And it's always Grubhub. I want it now.
That's you.
And I want it now.
That's on you, man.
Grubhub.
I don't like Grubhub. Fuck. I don't get Grubhub commercials.
You must order a lot of food.
That's on you.
I don't though.
Yeah.
But I'm with John, who does.
There you go. That's why.
I think I think they are. I don't know. It's crazy to me. How are they listening? That's kind of crazy. It's scary.
I think they do.
I think.
Oh, they 100% do.
Yes.
Some people try testing it, and it turned out they may be.
How does Facebook make money? Sir, we run ads.
Yeah, right. That was funny. Like,
is it like a membership?
Wait, are you a politician? Like, are you? Oh, dude! Oh my God, man.
Well,
yeah, baby boomers, bro.
How did this guy get
baby
here?
boomers.
Yeah.
Our damn boomers, man.
I remember I remember like I turned it off after that because I was like, this is gonna be so fucking stupid.
I watched an hour and a half.
You watched it?
Yeah, I was cleaning my house. I was listening to it. I wasn't watching it. I was cleaning the apartment because it was in Seattle. I was cleaning the apartment. I was like, what the hell is going on right now, man?
Is Seattle expensive?
Yeah, dude. It was a $2,500 apartment.
And you were only in like a 2-bedroom. Like you had 2-bedroom sheets.
And I was in the living room.
$2,500.
You had a nice little space. I was in the living room, and they had their own room, so it was good.
How far, like city?
Experience. Huh?
Were you in the city?
Yeah, bro.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you guys should have come up, dude. Doors wide open.
Oops.
Next weekend.
Really, I missed that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You missed that?
It is weird how that works, though. Like sometimes where it's like you just mean to go, and you just kind of keep pushing it off, and then
you just
all of a sudden that time's gone, and you're back, and
it would have been fun, dude.
You were actually there for a while too.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, dude, because of gaming, I traveled so much, I barely even lived in that apartment. Like I barely got to see Justin and freaking Kevin, my 2 roommates. It was crazy.
Yeah, I miss Bubs.
Yeah,
I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah. I don't know who these people are.
Yeah, I do. For you, because like we had gaming and we met a bunch of people. Like I've had people come visit from gaming, but like for school, do you still talk with people that you went to school with? Like what, because it always feels like everyone always says like, oh, you'll never stay friends with the kids you were friends with in high school. But
thank God for Facebook.
Honestly, that's I think that happens to the majority of the people.
Yeah, but like for me,
I know
like my only friends.
I think so. Well, a lot of the people that grew up in high school like are still kind of in this area, if you think about it.
Are they?
It's always like that. People kind of stay in the same
more
area.
or less.
Very few people do move. I think it's fewer people that move out of
more or
where
less.
they're from.
Yeah.
Than stay.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know, but like all my close friends that I had growing up in middle school and high school, like are still my friends.
Yeah.
And like good friends.
What about you?
Yeah, for you, are you?
Well, in college, like I think I had a solid like. I made like because we'd be in this like design group and like design studio and stuff, and it'd be like a solid like 6-7 of us.
Yeah.
Just working late all the time.
Yeah.
And like some of them are like in Northeast, far out and things like that. Like a couple of them are in Nike right now, so like I see them every once in a while and stuff like that. But I don't see them too much. Luckily, a lot of us that went to school for industrial design is actually working.
Yeah.
In that field, like I know some people work at Columbia.
Yeah.
And some things like that, but in terms of like connecting with them, I haven't talked to them too much aside from the people that like live in this area or like work in Beaverton and things like that. Yeah, so
would you say then that you've like stayed closer friends with the people that you went to high school with?
I'd say so.
People that you spent
I'd say so. Like I feel like I talk to a lot of you guys still.
Yeah.
And like said, Facebook helps a lot in terms of like being connected.
I mean, I say Facebook jokingly, but it's like we have phones, dude. Technology now.
Yeah.
It really allows people to stay in contact.
Yeah, I feel like Facebook though, it just allows you to like check up on people without like actually talking to them.
Exactly.
What's this person doing? Oh, that's what they're doing.
I actually haven't touched Facebook since like sophomore.
Yeah, I know.
My profile picture now is from like 2009.
Is it the one where you're taking the picture in the fucking?
Yeah, dude.
I think mine is still the same one that I had.
Tanya made me change mine.
Did she really?
Yeah, she's like, you don't have any pictures of me on it.
Because she's in it.
Yeah. Good for her.
I was say, because she's in it. But no.
But she doesn't have a Facebook.
Then why did she get on your case on your Facebook?
Yeah, she's like, why does it still say you're fucking single? I'm like, because you don't have a Facebook. She's like, you can still change it. And I was like,
that's super funny.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, I had a conversation about that. I remember that.
Did we?
Yeah, I don't know. It was funny.
In regards to like.
It was so funny you forgot.
No, sorry. It's like we were talking about like because people will get on your case. Like, why is
It's
your
hot
Facebook
here,
saying
hot.
it's single? Yeah, it's getting hot.
Yeah. Ray, stop breathing for a second.
I remember brought up the question just randomly a group of people like, if your Facebook say single and your girlfriend brings it up, what would you say? And Ray's like, well, I say I don't care. I'm like, I think she's gonna be pissed off about that, right? Because you say that relationship isn't important enough,
dude.
You know, I mean, we were like, oh shit, you know, it was just funny.
I just don't understand how if me posting my relationship on Facebook defines how we are in real life.
How you feel about
official is a real
I think
thing,
that's kind of dumb to me.
It's a real
That's
thing.
like a shallow.
It probably is a real thing to me.
Somewhat, but at the same time, it's like, isn't it important enough for you to change it? Well, I mean, given you weren't on Facebook, but this is when we were in high school, when we were on Facebook more. If you never touched Facebook, then that's okay.
Maybe back in the day, but like now, I don't view it as like I don't.
Oh, now it's whatever, dude. On fucking Facebook.
Not Tanya, dude.
Huh?
I was like, post that shit. It's like, there's no pictures of us.
Yeah.
Put that shit on.
Nothing.
I'm like, okay. I was like, I haven't posted.
Too much? Is it too much work for you to do it though?
No, it's not. But I was like, I haven't I could see if I was like,
dude,
posting daily or like weekly or whatever. But I was like the same. Like I hadn't changed my profile picture or added anything really, except for like I'm streaming or fucking playing in Valencia or shit like that. Like I hadn't changed anything, so it wasn't like I was taking Facebook seriously like I was before.
Yeah,
and she didn't even have one.
No, that's funny.
That's how it was my Instagram. Like I don't really post stuff on Instagram.
Yeah, I was
but when I do,
yours was hard because you had one and then you changed your Instagram tag. Like you had King Aragon like the third.
Oh, I deleted that shit,
and that was gone. So I was like, I was like, fuck, like I don't know where I'm gonna pull a picture from to promote. But I found your one, and you look nice, bro. You look so European.
I cleaned up for Amsterdam.
Eno took my picture. The one that you used, he took my picture.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I created
I get a little into photography. I still got to edit my.
But and it'd be like, can you post a picture? I'm like, all right, but like, I don't post anything. Like, it's not because I don't want to post you on Instagram. It's just I just don't post anything in general.
Yeah.
Have you though?
I mean,
someone's gonna look at that shit and be like, "Fuck, Ray's alive."
Exactly, and then like, "Oh damn, all right."
Yeah.
But I don't feel the need to have to broadcast what I do every single day.
Yeah. So you had you recently turned 26.
May.
You turned 27 in October.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, bro. Confirm it live.
Yeah.
Because I remember you'd never tell us this growing up.
I remember I guessed it right one time, and he was like, "Damn, how'd you know?" And I forgot instantly.
Yeah.
Did I really corrected you?
Oh, so you...
And I'm pretty sure I guess correct. You just fuck with me and tell me no anyway.
Okay.
Yeah,
if you guys want to know what birthday, I'll tell you. But at this point, it doesn't matter anymore because we're adults, so nothing will be done about it.
Well, you turned 27 in October.
No, see, if you tell me your birthday, you might get a nice picture.
So I'd rather not tell you then. At this point, I for sure don't want to tell you.
It's way next year.
Yeah, my birthday's leap.
I just turned 26.
I'm already 27.
Next year, you'll be all right.
Yeah. That's like... I don't know.
What are you going to do? Do you know it? You going to do anything next week? Like anything?
No, I took the week off, though. I work Monday, and then on my birthday, I took that day off, and then the rest of the week.
You took a week off, man?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because it's like, dude, the way that work does pay time off is like you slowly accumulate your time off, and by the end of the year is when you actually get your full 80 hours, right, of like your 2-week vacation. But if you don't accumulate it until the fucking end of the year and it doesn't roll over...
You can't use it,
You can't fucking use it. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take time off for my birthday.
A scam.
Are you staying till like December?
Are you looking for a different job currently right
now?
Because
I know Nike shuts down like the last 2 weeks of the month.
Yeah, so I'm not in December. I'm not looking for anything like I'm working on trying to do something by myself or with somebody else. Opening up something.
Just open up a bar, bro.
Kind of, yeah.
Major moves happening behind the scenes.
I'm trying to not let it be just like a conversation I've had with someone. Like you and I have talked about it multiple times.
Oh, we were young and naive. We didn't know the logistics of all that.
Yeah, we would have, if we opened anything.
Dude, we would have bombed that shit so fast.
Yeah, it would have been so bad. But now, like, I have a much...
what load? All right.
We were talking about, like, opening up a bar, basically.
Yeah, I remember you guys talking about
the bar
that.
idea, but then you start getting the little details. That's when it gets really complicated. It's like, but...
I remember you were talking about
what do you have to offer,
dude?
What food do we offer? What drinks do we offer?
It's also one of those things, though, where you start to overanalyze and you overthink, so then you just never do. You just talk about it.
I mean,
what's that phrase, like paralysis by analysis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah,
it's like where you just continue to analyze something and you just never do it.
That's how I. Yeah.
So we're working on some stuff.
Like that sometimes too.
That's good, man.
I'm trying to I'm also trying to do things that, try and find, if I can't find one thing that I like that I think could make me enough money to sustain. Mm-hmm. I'll try and find 3 things that I can do part time that then will accumulate enough for me to pay my bills. Because I just paid off, besides my car, I paid off all my debt. So I have the least amount of bills that I've ever had.
So why not just take that risk?
No, I'm going to, but I have to calculate it slightly. That's what we're doing right now.
Is that for a business or is that for a home?
Business, like an actual business.
Nice, dude. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're looking at places soon. We're taking URLs and looking at places that would suffice, and
that'd be sweet.
Doing some shit.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, so we're trying. The scariest part now too is that other people are connected to me. The shit that I choose to do will vibrate enough that it will affect somebody else's life. Where before I could kind of fuck up and it wouldn't really do anything to anybody else.
That's exactly the problem when you get older, because
you're
no longer on your own, dude. You have somebody next to you most likely.
Yeah, so since last April, I've been working on paying off my debt, saving up money, trying to buy a house.
Yeah.
But and that's something that I definitely want. I super want that. But I don't want it if it means that I have to work a job that I literally hate. The other day, because I was moved to a location that's really slow. The other day, I text John, and I was like, hey, I'm probably going to take off early. Nothing's going on. It was noon. I'm eating lunch. Halfway through eating, I was like, I can't fucking be here anymore. And so I was like, I'm coming now. I have to go. I'm just and I'm in a fucking small ass closet, probably, the width of the door frame to this, about a little bit longer. Yeah. I'm by myself, no one to fucking talk to, headphones on, listening to D&D, just episode after episode. And I'm just I can't fucking be in here anymore. I'm losing my goddamn mind. And so that part is eating away my soul. So I'm really, really hoping that I can do some shit. But I'm also, like I said, I'm working on other little things. Okay, I have fun doing this, so this can lighten my, or help my, I guess my mental health. Being I'm happy with that. And so this other shit that I have to deal with is a little bit less because I'm actually doing something that makes me happy. I want to write a book really bad. Mm-hmm. The thing you mentioned StarCraft earlier.
Yeah.
And Enno and I watched this guy. His name was Jeff Robinson. And
rest in peace, man.
Yeah.
He's one of the people that got me into gaming.
Yeah.
I learned from him. Big gaming, and he was 33 and he just passed away from clot in his lungs.
That's super young.
And it was really random.
Jeez.
And I followed him on Twitter and often converse with him on Twitter. If I saw something that I thought he'd like, or if I would watch him stream, and he was always one of those people who, sometimes when you like somebody that's kind of famous or kind of out of your realm of social sphere, and you tweet at them or you try and talk to them and they actually talk back to you. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a cool feeling. You're okay, I am more on their level than what I realize. Jeff would almost always respond, and if he didn't respond, you knew he saw it because he'd like it. So you knew he was paying attention.
Yeah.
And so it's a cool feel if you had a question for him or whatever. And he's really funny, was really into movies, so very similar to me. And then he died, and I'm
that's insane.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I text. Yeah, really recent.
He actually just give a little background what happened. He literally just went to the hospital for just a quick checkup,
that's super scary.
And it's just embolism that went straight to his lungs.
33.
And that could happen to anyone at any moment. There's no predictions.
And so
scary, dude. It's blood clot.
It's so scary, and it fucked me up for a good week.
Yeah,
maybe 2. Where I was just this is it's so fucking weird, and I'm not even close to the dude. I wasn't. He didn't know who I was. I knew who he was, but it.
You're talking about him dying, or how suddenly it happened.
Him dying, how suddenly something like that can happen, but also him, every person that was attached to him, he's just no longer fucking there.
Yeah,
he was married, all this shit, and you just think about it, and you're why? And you get it if people get sick, people get old. We were talking about that. You're 90 years old. You expect it to happen eventually. It's happening. It's going to happen soon.
It's going to happen, right?
You live your life. To like you said, go to the doctor for a checkup, and then all of a sudden, you have a blood clot in your lungs and you're dead. Mm-hmm. It was super weird. So I also thought about this was an idea that I don't think I'm going to run with, but trying to organize like get-togethers, like parties of people, with the idea that there was going to be no technology in the room at the time. So if you came, you forfeited your phone for the time that you were there. Mm-hmm. So that everything was about every person, like the people you were talking with, the moment, and enjoying who you're with, how good the wine tasted or how good the food tasted, and like it was about you and about the people that you were with, because shit like that happens, man. It happens all the fucking time, and most of the time it doesn't happen to you.
Yeah.
Right. Or directly, but it could. And it's like one of those things that just like really messes with me mentally. So I was going to do that, try and figure out a way, but I was like, it's something more personal. Like I would love to do that with like friends. Is like create like a list and be like, hey, every last Friday of the month, we're going, like, I'll send you guys a thing out on the 1st of the month. You guys respond by the 15th, you RSVP. I'll make a reservation for a restaurant. If you come, we either leave your phone in the car, or dump it in the basket.
What would be like stopping you for that idea?
Well, in terms of like making money.
Yeah.
You know, the point is it to make money? Because sometimes I think when it comes to ideas like those, like if you think just the incentives, like the monetary reasons, the idea kind of fizzles down and breaks down. Yeah. Because you're so worried about how to make money from it that you actually may fall through the good idea. Because me and Dustin had some good ideas we talked about. Then we ended up talking about how is this idea going to make us money? Yeah. Every time we got to the money part, the idea broke down.
I feel like if it comes to that idea, it's like the culture and like the talk about it will make it bigger. Yeah. And from there, that's how.
Well, I think that's like when I realized like kind of I didn't necessarily want to do it to make money. I would rather do it for me, like that. Like I always got to like every Friday or the last Friday of every month, I knew I was going to be able to see or I knew I was going to be able to see you. Knew I was going to be able to see James, and I was going to know that I could see all of you guys in like the same room together, and like that part was cool to me. So it was more of like a personal thing that I wanted to do rather than like.
I'm cool with that idea because there's times where you're just hanging out and people pull out their phones. Just like that'd be a good way to just actually.
I do it all the time, and I've been with people who do it a lot that can bug me at certain times, and then other times I'm the person who does it, and I just want to remove it because a lot of times like even when we go to like Blazer games. People are just fucking Snapchatting and Instagram storing the game, and they're watching it through this, and they're courtside. You're like, just put the fucking phone down and watch the game.
Yeah, that's how it is in like any type of social outing nowadays.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to like create a social outing that nixed that.
I think that's a pretty cool idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think like you said, I think when you start thinking about money right off the bat, I think that would kind of kill it in terms of.
Yeah, I think it's easy logistically.
Yeah, super easy. Just hit people up.
People and see how it goes. If more people want to join, then you got yourself an idea.
And you honestly, just start charging cover. That's what it seems like.
That's how it's done, right?
Yeah.
People start showing up. It's like, oh man, it's gotta be.
You guys want to hang out? It's gonna cost $5.
I mean, why do people go? Exactly.
Can't bring your phone.
Exactly. Why do the same group of friends end up going to a different place at a bar and pay $10 to get in? It's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, I guess.
You know? I would not have the confidence to go into the club or bar by myself and try to like talk to people.
People who do that, man, I don't know.
Yeah, they're psychos.
Completely by yourself?
You've seen some people walking by themselves. Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, psychos.
And they are by themselves. Like they're trying to do something about it. That's
like, why are you here by yourself? That's super creepy.
I mean, maybe.
You know. I think that's super creepy.
Can be.
Yeah. Hi.
Can be, yeah, for sure.
Hey, so I'm here alone. You want to do something? What?
You want to get something to eat?
You want to drink? You come here often?
Who said that to you?
I've told you I actually said that. Not like in the intent of like trying to.
Who was it that? Remember when somebody asked Ray what his full, when he was like, they were like, what's your name? He's like, Raymond. They're like, well, what's your full name?
I'm like, it goes longer than that?
Rayminsky.
Exactly.
Carl.
I remember that. I was like, what? This conversation is dead. Like, I am not texting this person right or something.
Yeah, I remember him telling me that story. I was dying. I was like, they didn't think Raymond was your full name?
Yeah. And like, you'd think that, and that's like early on in the conversation. It's probably like, hey, how's it going? What's your name? Raymond. Oh, what's your full name? I'd say, well, I'm done.
Yeah. Peace.
I'm over it. I was told one time that Mitchell was a unique name. Like, that's unique.
Mitchell.
And I was like,
Mitchell.
I'm trying to think of how many.
Is it though?
I think it's like
I think I know one other one
of Michelle, kind of like.
Michael.
Or
English
Michael?
version of Michael, yeah.
Is it English version of Michael?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Was this person from
I
like
think
America?
Yes.
You were in like
it was
Amsterdam
a
or
job
something?
at Washington Square. He's like, Mitchell, wow, it's unique. It was like each person he had talked to, he probably said the exact same thing too, or like whatever.
Just to break the ice, you know.
Yeah, to say something. But in my head,
everyone
I was
has
like,
that.
no, it's fucking not.
Mitchell.
But I haven't met a lot of Mitchells. Met some.
Mitchell's more of a uncommon name. You can say that because I've barely heard
unique,
Mitchell.
Though.
Yeah.
Eno's unique.
Eno's unique.
I guess, yeah.
And your middle name is pretty unique. Israel?
Yeah.
Israel.
Biblical name. Israel.
Yeah.
Israel.
Yeah,
Raymond. Someone misspelled my name again.
Again? No way. Did you see that?
Raymond.
Raymond.
Am I?
Raymond. I mean, because maybe I said
Raymond.
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 I don't know.
Raymond.
But I'm like, damn. That's why I honestly go with Ray from now on.
Yeah, but they spell it wrong when you spell it for them. Hey, what's your name? Ray. R-A-Y. All right.
Went to Mod Pizza.
R-E.
The guy got it right. I was like, sweet.
Respect.
Yeah.
Give him a fist bump. I love Mod. Do you like
Mod
Mod?
is super
I've never
good.
been to Mod.
Why have we not gone to Mod during lunch?
I don't know.
It's right there.
Because every time you're like, come on, McDonald's.
Yeah, why do you pick McDonald's, man? I really do not.
Okay,
like
listen. All right.
I advocated for Popeyes.
I
Screw
actually think it's the
Popeyes.
same level as McDonald's.
They don't give me the $3.99.
I actually am not a big fan of fried chicken.
$3.99, like 20-piece chicken strips, basically.
Dude, we went and there was it was $3.99 for 4 chicken tenders.
You just scared the
Dude.
out of the employee. Just like, this is wrong. Okay.
Yeah, like
it just drops
I
in, like,
ordered, and then Ray ordered.
Yeah.
And Ray got his food before me.
Oh, yeah.
So I like went up and I said, hey, do you know what's going on with my order? Here's my receipt. I ordered before my buddy. He got his food first. And he's like, oh, okay, give me a second. Just he's like, okay. And then he calls my number. He panics. And all of a sudden I look down and I have like literally like 10 or 12.
It's basically like growing up.
Fuck! Threw all this, grabbed the shit,
bro,
and threw all of it in there.
It's like when your mom asks, "Did you clean your room yet?"
Yeah, and then you just start throwing the shit.
Toss it all everything underneath your bed.
That's how he acted, man. He was like, "That's the quickest order I've ever seen in my life."
You ever had that happen where you're pretending you're doing homework and you're actually on the console and your mom yells like, "Get off the console," without them actually looking? Dude,
I remember you guys joked how you guys used to do homework in between Halo games. I never did that.
Yeah, me and Colin did that a lot.
I never did homework. I mean, I was like,
I did like a little bit, but then not really.
I don't remember doing a lot of homework.
So it wasn't really a joke. It was a joke to us. We're like, homework.
It was always, we were doing it because we were like, yo, what'd you get for this answer? It's like, I got that. Oh, yeah, that's what I got, too.
Yeah, see, that's what I did.
Nah, dude, I just sat there.
The people who had the class before me.
Yeah.
Give me
Lucky.
Brad used to do that shit to me for AP Euro all the time.
Dude, I remember for AP Euro, I would memorize the quiz answers and the notes and help people give it. Yeah. And I wrote it down for everyone.
Yeah.
Dude,
people who had it first period.
Yeah, I know. We all like fast. I was the guy.
Ryan and I got caught at PCC for cheating.
What?
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, that's worse.
Yeah.
Bro.
So we were taking, because this is when we were kind of taking like BS classes and stuff like that. And we were taking.
I was going to say like meth or something.
No,
we were taking.
This is when we were like on like everything. No.
We were just, it was nuts, dude.
But we were taking an Excel class, and the final was a take home.
Okay.
But I guess the Excel, if you log in on the same computer, there's a data that like knows that you're working off the same computer. So like I would finish my final first, and then he would finish it second. But because the data was the exact same thing on the exact same computer, they knew that we were cheating off each other or something like that. So I'd finish it first, right? And then I'd get the answers.
Yeah.
And then he would finish it second.
Yeah.
So he'd get a better score. And then we'd take turns and like in different sections and then even out.
Yeah.
But because they knew that, we got caught cheating. So then we both got Fs. But I remember I was in like Mexico, and then like I remember he texted me like, "Bro, we failed." I'm like, "Oh wait, what are you talking about?" It's like he's like, "They caught us, dude." I'm like, "What?" And then so I took like the F, and he went and like challenged it. And he got like a withdrawal or something like that. But I remember when we got an email from the professors like, "We know that you guys like cheated off like
that's
each other."
That's a little embarrassing.
Using the same like computer. I was like, shh.
Yeah, well, I would have just been like, "No, this motherfucker's broke,
dude." That
he can't afford one." I was being nice guy.
Respect to Ryan. Like he
so far
he went to like I think all the way to like the board of like whatever. To like
that's such a Ryan thing to do.
To
like he knows he did. He's the one who texted you and was like, "We got caught." He's like, "But I'm still gonna fight this thing."
I just took it. I'm like, all right, well, I'm out of town. Like I'm out of
Ryan,
freaking country.
That guy somehow finds a way to get caught every time when it comes to anything.
Yeah, because the test he cheated on for physics, he wasn't barely passing the class, and he got 100% on it.
Just his luck. I remember all sitting.
He does got some bad luck sometimes.
At lunch, we were all copying notes, and then he was the last one to get the note. And he starts copying it. The security guard saw everyone doing it. He gets Ryan and gets him in trouble. Nobody else got in trouble.
He's just super unlucky. He's one of like the smartest. Like he's super smart.
He's really smart. His vocabulary.
He's just unlucky sometimes.
Oh, he is.
I mean,
yeah, he's a smart guy.
He's a really smart guy. He really.
But
really is.
There's a difference between like street and school smarts. Like he's an intelligent dude, but sometimes like you just gotta calculate your street decision.
I think he's more like he didn't put enough effort, and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember that. I'm like, well,
you're kind of like that a little bit in school.
What?
Really smart, really intelligent, but
didn't put effort
and lazy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I took advantage of any system.
I tried my best, just didn't do good.
That's all we can ask, Ray. Proud friends.
Don't be disappointed in me, all right? I tried.
I remember after I took AP Euro, I was like, fuck AP classes.
Dude,
I'm never taking one more.
I don't even know why we did that.
From a teacher who had never taught it, and we had to have like Stuart teach the class sometimes.
No, it was Troy asking the right questions. She's like, I don't know how to answer that. I had to talk to my husband about it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then we would point out what she did wrong on the sheet, and yeah, I would never forget that. I was so pissed. That was a waste of time.
Yeah. I was like, God. But and every time I'd get like a 79 in the class at the end, I was like,
that's what I'm saying.
Can you round that bitch up?
I wish I just coasted in high school, took easy classes, just for that.
I left early, so
just for that good GPA.
That's like I think that might be like one of my biggest regrets actually.
Leaving early.
Yeah, I felt like I fell out of like friends, like the friends.
I mean, why did you want to? Because you didn't want to like go to school.
Like, I don't want to do this shit. I'm done.
I was.
I guess, but what would you be doing? Would you sleep in and like
do whatever I wanted, bro?
Let's be honest. You can't say, "Hey, what are you doing?" Oh, we're all at school.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Is like it was one of those things where it's like I was done with school. I'd pass all the stuff. I had all the credits I needed to have. Like everything's cool. Yeah. I don't need to be there. And so I was like, so why should I be? And I didn't. But I remember my counselor, whatever. Yeah. He was like, you should probably just take like one class. Or like take 2 classes or whatever. And now if I would have done it differently, I would have had early release, late arrival. So I would have gotten there late, left early. Mm-hmm. And I would have taken like one strength training class and then like been like a TA.
For just use school as a social outlet.
For like
Lucero. It looks good.
And that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
And just so that I could be with people. Like I remember, you guys went to like the senior party and it's like, oh, I want to go. And then they like didn't have tickets available anymore. Because I decided I wasn't going to go. And
I don't think I went.
Did you not?
It was at
Bullwinkle's and like
I did.
Yeah, and like people had so much fun. And I was like, "Fuck, dude! If I would have just gone to class,
that was pretty fun.
Like, and done stuff, I would have known. And I would have gone.
I wanted the.
I made money. Like I got like a little job that I made some money from.
At least you're like being productive with it then.
I wanted the hypnotist. That's where we really went. That was like the selling point for us.
Did you get hypnotized?
There was none.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. I was pissed off about that.
Is that stuff real? Like,
apparently, it's only real if you believe in it.
I remember. So Anne was telling me that like Maddie, Sheldon's girlfriend, like she got hypnotized and like she didn't remember any of it.
Wait, who?
Maddie,
Anne's
Sheldon's girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
And like she was telling me that Maddie,
probably friends with your sister.
Or Maddie didn't
know
remember
each other.
It. So I'm like, she wouldn't lie to her. But I don't know, man.
Dude, I actually don't know about that. I think friends lie a lot.
When it comes to like, why would you lie about if you're hypnotized or not?
I don't know. Because maybe you did something.
You think we lied to you or something, dude?
Let me tell this story.
Okay.
When I went to church camp,
yeah,
we
wow, what a start. Talking about lying and you go to church camp.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sinners, bro. Sinners.
Damn.
I was watching. They were playing a movie, and I was watching it. And I was with Tevin and Jake.
Yeah.
So you already know shit's fucked up.
Pretty much, yeah.
We were all troublemakers, really. Like we did some stupid shit when we were kids.
Know it's
but like they came and grabbed me, and they're like, "Dude, like something crazy just happened." So I like left like the little theater that we were in, and like when we were walking up to the cabin, there was like a white light, like orb thing, and it just like ran across the field. And the way that the cabins were set up was like cabin around in a circle. And there's like a gravel path that then went into like a middle zone that had grass. And there was like goals for like soccer or whatever. And they said that was like in the middle and then like ran off into the fucking trees. It's like, oh, like whatever. And like they were like too scared to go back. So they came and grabbed me. And when we went into the cabin, we had another, one of our like cabin mates was, didn't feel good. So he was sleeping in the cabin. When we came in, we turned the lights on the wall with socks, right? With socks. But on the wall, it had that like wood that was like scratchy. The socks were hanging on it and dye. Like I said, dye on it. I was like, dude, what the fuck? And both Tevin and Jake still to this day will not tell me if they did it. And I know one of those motherfuckers did it. But that's what I'm saying. It's like when when you do kind of something stupid and you let the joke go on for too long, now you feel embarrassed and you don't want to tell people that. Like,
it's not really embarrassing enough to. What if it really wasn't them though?
No, I fucking know it was them.
Would you tell me if you got hypnotized? Like you didn't remember?
What'd she do?
I don't know. That's also a good point.
Like cluck like a chicken.
That's a good point. Like say you remembered it, but it was super fucking embarrassing. Would you admit it? Or you said, no, dude, I don't remember.
Yeah, because like you have an instant out. Pull down your pants.
Bro, I was drunk, man.
Yeah. Roll on the ground like you're on fire. And you just do that shit because you can be like, I was hypnotized.
That's my excuse for everything.
Yeah. Sorry, dude, I was hypnotized.
I didn't know, man.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I hope it would be kind of cool if it was real, but also kind of scary if it isn't.
That would be super scary if it was real, to be honest with you.
That's that easy to trick a human mind.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Left, right, got him.
Yeah. Left, right. A-B, that code? That's just the hypnotized code.
Right.
Who knows, man?
A-B.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's real because I've never I've always watched certain things like on America's Got Talent or something. And they're like, I will levitate. And they lay on two chairs and they pull that chair and just wham! And you're like, dude, like, why did you come up here? Like, you knew that shit wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
You believed in it, man. You believe hard enough, you'll get it done.
Joe Rogan just recently posted a thing about like mixed martial artists or like martial artists where they have that like that thing where people think that they can like create force fields and like people like buy into it.
I watched this video of like fails of it.
Yeah, and where it's like he's like, I will sit here and you will not be able to punch me. So force field goal. He's like, yappa! The dude's just like dead. He's like, fuck.
And what's crazy to me is that people are surprised. They're like,
yeah. There's
he got hit.
One, kind of the same thing when the guy can like knock you out with just like his hands touching you, and then there was a news reporter of a lady like doing it to me, and she couldn't do it, and he actually ended up slapping her by accident. It's hilarious, dude.
He's like trying to do something. She's like, you're not doing shit. And he's like, kapow!
Just right in the skirt face, dude.
Knocks his chick out. It's like, what the fuck?
And he has like students like, do you really believe this?
No, that's the crazy thing is like they buy in.
Well, that's the hypnotism thing, right? Like some of them really believe that he's doing it, and they actually do end up.
Well, like at what point do you like? Let me see if this is actually real.
Is it real though? Like he's doing it.
So I'm saying like outside of like the setting, you know, like in the street.
No, then no, right?
Yeah. There are some times though where I watch like magic tricks, and I'm like, that guy's a fucking wizard.
What's the guy's name?
David Blaine. Yeah, him. But there's that show with those two magicians who like. They try the magicians try and do a trick and fool them, and if they fool the two like master magicians. Mm-hmm. Have you guys seen that show? Mm-mm. It's kind of a cool one.
Yes, I forgot their names.
Yeah,
those two guys. Gosh, what's the name?
Yeah, like one tall guy, like really big guy, and one like really small guy. It's not Key and Peele, but
Key and Peele's the other guy.
But I think the guy's last name is like Peele though.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm.
Have you?
It's like John Peele or something.
Have you seen the Netflix like magician show where everyone in the crowd is into it except for the one person in the middle, and he thought
he was invisible?
Yeah, he was invisible.
My cousin is friends with that magician.
That's so
funny.
We
watch all of that shit.
That's so funny.
Yeah, because we watch all of it. That guy's hilarious too, because he's also like a stand-up comic.
Yeah.
He's so funny. And the guy was like, "Oh shit!" And like,
everyone's
all of them are actors too. So like, when one of them like grabs a bottle of wine, they're like, "The fucking wine!" And it's like the guy thinks they're invisible. He's like, "Oh fuck!"
Oh yeah.
That's how you know how like quickly your mind can, or like someone can be like manipulated if it's in the right environment.
Penn and Taylor is their name.
Yeah, and like how badly the person who is sitting there wants to be invisible. You know, dude. It's hilarious. But I watched some of the stuff where he does things and he'll like take somebody's phone and he'll have like a jug in one hand that has like a rope on it. And he'll just yeet the fucking phone into the middle of the ocean. And then he'll yeet the jug, and he'll pull that bitch back. And all of a sudden the phone is in the jar and you're like...
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
And I'm like...
That's the illusion,
Yeah, bro. But I'm like, what the fuck?
Magic.
And so like obviously there's a trick to it, right?
Well, of
like,
course.
Yeah.
Right? It's a real magic.
But I'm like, dude... This guy's a fucking wizard.
They're really smart people to find those. Yeah, I don't know. It's brilliant.
And not only find out like how to do it, but to perfect it in a way that you don't understand how it's happening.
Mm-hmm. Sleight of hand is one of the bigger things, right?
I was watching this like blackjack documentary where this guy was like a sleight of hand where he would place chips, so he would double his like his bet, right? Mm-hmm. But he'd place the top chip in a way to where it looked like it was just a single bet, and if you beat the dealer, he would keep the double bet. But if he would lose, he would take it out quickly and then like only lose a single.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's like full cheating.
Yeah, but because he placed the chip slightly in front of the bottom one, it only looked like it was a single bet originally. And then if the freaking dealer didn't notice the second one after he did win the cards, he'd be like, "Oh wait, there's a double actually." But if he'd lose, he would take it out super quickly and just take the loss on just the one.
Nice, dude. Yeah, but the group that show I think you're talking about is called Penn and Teller.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah,
Penn and Teller.
Yeah, but like sometimes I watch people on that. I'm like, this guy made a deal with some fucking demon, and he's got some black magic shit, dude.
Dude, yeah.
There's some card artist. The guy was nuts. Shin Lam.
That's his name.
I thought you said that shit's lame.
This con artist, a sleight of hand. This guy's amazing. Shit,
that shit's lame.
Damn, bro. New term, bro. New term.
Yeah.
How's he that good?
Yeah, I was like, well, I thought it was kind of cool, but that's whatever.
That shit's lame.
Shit's lame, dude. Oh my god. Well, we've been talking for like 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours?
Have we really?
We waited out that much?
Yeah.
Respect to anyone listen to the very end.
We just made it to the end. Here's a surprise.
Mitch will give you $100.
Yeah.
Calm down, dude.
I'll totally give you that. Monopoly money? That work?
There you
go. Well, thanks so much for listening. Do you guys have anything that you like? Instagram? Anything you guys want to shout out? Anything that you guys are doing that you guys maybe doing in the future that you guys want to talk about? Anything like that?
No, not dropping any mixtapes anytime soon.
No, dude, we should do that.
Drop a mixtape.
Yeah, just a joke. Like, I'm being serious. They have all the shit to do it, and just do a kids bop, but like adult bop, and it's just terrible.
I mean,
bro, just be like Weird Al and just own it. Just like,
yeah, it's just bad.
Just wrap it out, bro.
Wrap it up.
Let's do it.
I can't do
just
that.
use straight copyrighted music.
You could, yeah, that's the point.
Okay.
It'd just be so fucking funny.
Fine. When we do it. I'm down.
No. I got nothing to shout out.
No?
This time.
Anything
in my life.
No? Cool.
Much love, people.
Well, we are out, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Neighbor Podcast. We will see you guys on Monday. I believe that is going to be the first episode that Jesse will start with me, so that every following Monday episode, Jesse will be on, unless barring some weird shit. But thanks so much for listening, guys, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Peace.